We want something that's somewhat
I feel like yeah, tense music would fit well
Yeah.
here.
hmm.
I'm a rat.
Oh wait, sorry. I have to get into the. Have to get into character.
He's fucking dead.
There should be
Slay.
just like that white basket you can dump out. Yeah.
That actually hurt the shit out of my neck. I banged it real hard on the back of my chair.
What do you guys think about this?
I can vibe
What are
with
we
that.
looking at?
All right, I'll
good.
start it over.
All right.
Please let me know if it gets all fucky.
Gotcha. Alrighty. Welcome everybody. It's D&D. Sorry, last week was just for us. Slow little, not slow. Our own little one shot just for us. And next week might just also be another little one shot for just some of the players, depending on how they feel. But this week is this week, so that's where we're at. We have an extra announcement today besides our normal PSA of hey, I know it's rough, it's tumbling. Sometimes you just want to rough and tumble off of a cliff. Please don't do that.
These get worse and worse every single week. What the hell?
Lost.
Falling damage is what?
Listen, falling damage is like an extra d6 every 10 feet. And I need you to not take that falling damage, please. And if you ever think about doing that, well, and you're watching this, there's a lovely link. It's the first link down there in the description of this one. And yeah, just click on it. Find whichever hotline number is for your country and talk to somebody. That's their entire job, is to try to help you get past and down from that ledge for that moment and long enough for you to try and get some help. And hell, they might even have resources to be able to get you further help than what I know. So please be careful and don't do what I said earlier. That was a really bad one, and I'm sorry. And then to our next lovely little announcement, Jimmy.
Thanks, Freya. Yeah, this is actually one that I've been working on for a while, and the fact that we get to include the D&D session with this. From today to July 30th, I am going to be raising money for Gamers Outreach as part of the Streamer Showdown Fight for Good. Basically, we have Twitch streamers taking on Kick streamers in a battle to see which platform is better between the two, but we're each able to raise money for our own campaign, our own cause. As I said, I'm raising money for Gamers Outreach. It's a nonprofit organization actually based here in my home state of Michigan that utilizes basically working with kids to allow them to be kids, socialize, play video games while they have prolonged hospital stays. They have worked with 400 hospitals across the world and counting. Their main thing is building these awesome go-karts that have either, a PlayStation, an Xbox, a Nintendo Switch hooked up to a screen. They can move it around from room to room, so kids can play games and everything. So we've already started today on stream. So we already had a $50 donation. So we're running this until next Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. It's the second link down below if you guys want to donate. Any kind of donation, whether it's $5 or $500, any kind would be absolutely appreciative, because at the end of the day, we're doing good things for the kids. And I'm also happy to report that the team I'm on, Team Twitch, is currently kicking Kick's ass right now. So we're in a good spot right now to start this. But yeah, guys, any kind of donation, anything like that would be absolutely beneficial. Whether you're watching live or you're watching the VOD later on, any kind of help and donation will be absolutely appreciative. And I want to thank everyone in advance if you donate between now and July 30th. So Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Freya, Max, who doing the recap?
That would be my dumbass.
There we go, Max. Floor is yours.
Sorry. So, yesterday we decided to progress with a quest given to us by Shara. Is that her name?
Savar?
Savar. One of the Savara. Yeah, Savara.
There we go.
To find her brother Thomas, and when we went to go question her, she seemed a little funky wonky. The fuzz inside.
I don't think Thomas was her brother.
Same, whatever.
It was someone else's brother.
It's someone's. We're looking for a brother. Doesn't matter whose brother. Anyways, all of us kind of got some pretty terrible vibes going into the bakery where she worked, and she seemed to not really kind of register us, not really pay us any mind. Turned out her brain got eaten by an intellect devourer, and we started fighting a bunch of them, right? And our lovely friend Thonk was incapacitated during the fight, which led us to start getting a little paranoid. You know, what happens when you get down by an intellect devourer? There's one missing. We didn't know where it went, so we took him to see our buddy Marcane, and all we could do was try to bring back his memories as Marcane examined him. But we already knew what had happened. There was an intellect devourer in our good buddy Thonk. And as a last-ditch effort, our trusty friend William leapt forward and bit Thonk, causing the intellect devourer to promptly depart the noggin, where it was killed by a stray scalpel from Marcane. And that is where we left off.
Mm-hmm. And so, as you guys are all standing around your buddy, well, two of them, one of them holding the other one, William, you do sort of have your eyes unglaze over and your hair holding Thonk. And then Simon, are you there?
Yeah, he's...
Gotcha.
I'm in character.
And so as you hold him, what do you say?
Nothing.
Nothing? Alright. You guys, having just seen the intellect devourer kind of leave the body and then get promptly killed, his limp body simply sitting there.
Is he dead?
Simon or Thonk's body's just laying there,
Yes, for the current moment in time.
and I'm still holding him. Or you're holding him, or am I holding him?
William's holding him.
Williams over
Okay. Brother, I don't know what to do.
Is it hard to beat him?
What?
I'm asking. I'm trying to figure. Is he dead?
His heart is definitely not beating.
I'm gonna take the Morkel because I had taken it out of its sheath and been given, like, just taken it because it was giving me orders. I'm gonna not really, like, I'm not trying to stab him, but I'm gonna lay the blunt. It's a saber, right? Is it a sword?
It's a Jian?
Like a two-sided, double-edged Chinese sword.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna place the blunt, like, side of it, so, like, the flat edge of it onto, like, his chest and, like, ask Morkel, is he dead?
Morkel, in your hands is like, yes, no, maybe.
Sir William,
Simon. Look at your Discord.
So, William, is this normal?
What did you do to him?
I think what he had to do.
Have you done this before?
I would sure hope not.
Once or twice.
Okay, learning more about you every day.
Yeah,
Did
the
you-
only person who knew more about what I am in this room is Dagon.
I see.
I'm not
And I-
quite sure how to navigate this.
I take my thumb. Oh, is he coughing?
Is he coughing?
Where are you going to stick that?
Oh, I was just going to give you a bit of blood since you weren't coming to yet. Since you're coming to, you don't need it.
Thunk?
I'm gonna tug on your thumb. Like, pull me up. Please.
I kind of set him up.
It's out of your head if it's any consolation.
Where I'm Oh. Oh fuck.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Thong, and I kind of grab his chin. Can you open your mouth for me just a second? Open. Do I see fangs?
You see what seems to be a little bit of fangage going on, yeah.
All right. I'll teach you how those retract and all that.
Wait, what?
Careful, they're sharp.
Ah!
Take a point of damage.
Another
And he's not
Another
conscious
one,
again.
thank
Another
you.
another one.
Does he have to roll for it?
How much fucking HP do I have right now? Wait.
It's 2 HP.
Now it's one.
And nick my thumb just ah!
Oh, is he okay?
Yes, he'll be fine. He just nicked himself.
You look.
I'm sorry, what?
He looks rather unwell. I mean,
He looks
from the
pale.
previous fight, as well as whatever battle went on inside, and the biting incident, the bite of 87.
There,
The
I
pint of
should
87.
explain.
Wait, I'm feeling my neck. Do I feel the
Where did you bite him in the neck or like?
It would have been the neck, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's there.
ow? But
Listen, it was kind of a Hail Mary.
no, yeah, no, sorry. No, look, where am I? Thanks, I think, but gods, So is-
Do you
I
need
guess
a
I should-
minute?
I'm, yeah.
I guess I should explain to everyone in a bit more detail.
Might be a good idea.
Now, this can't leave this room.
Mm-hmm.
I'm what's known as a Dampier. We are like vampires, but a lot less threatening to humankind, to mankind in general, to people. Vampires tend to feed on blood. Dampiers have many ways to feed. Some stick with blood, some choose emotions, feelings. Me personally, I feed on dreams. Now, what Thonk chooses, since he is now like me, will be up to him, but I will lead you in a more non-violent manner.
Yeah, no, please. I don't. This.
Plus, the whole biting people, I hate doing that. That's weird and gross. I don't like it.
Are you vegan?
No?
Is that why you're so transfixed on this orb that the Lord has?
For other reasons. I didn't know which orb he had.
Y'all hear me?
One more time.
I said I believe I'm back. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, brother.
I didn't realize he was gone.
He stepped up for a bit.
Well, Markane, since you weren't here at the moment, I'm what's known as a dampier. Hence the biting.
You might see Dagon like tearing up, but not showing it. Trying not to show it. Kind of tensing his muscles, like really happy that Thonk is at least not dead.
Not completely dead.
Yeah, not completely dead.
Welcome to the not completely dead gang.
There's 3 of us.
Population of 3.
I think an even mix is good for this
Well,
group.
technically 4.
4?
If you count the child.
It's a
Group.
child? What?
The love child that Max had with the house.
What?
That was an ordeal. But
Finn's just gonna look around. Finn's just gonna look around, just like, what? Love chat? What?
So-
You know,
it's another story.
I would like to
explain
welcome
another
you to
time.
the freak show. It's so
Um,
nice to have you.
Freya, I don't know what's going on, but I can't log into Forge.
Says it's because you're already here.
Are you able to kick him out of it, or do you have to reset it?
I'll just reset it because it shouldn't be a problem. It won't show anything up on the stream, and we're still in a relatively safe spot. So, but continue on with your roleplay.
But to go into more detail, I'm interested in these orbs for a reason that I explained to our new friend here, whose name escapes me for some reason.
Lee.
Finn.
Finn.
Thank you. I've explained this to Finn
Excellent.
since he had a little bit more of a tie to these. I'm interested in these orbs because I have made mistakes in my life.
Should we get the join back up, Hunter?
The way that I have found that I can correct that is by working towards getting rid of this crime syndicate that plagues the world. These ones that use the orbs to dictate everything about everyone and what you do. My plan is to rid them of the orbs, use the orbs to, well, study the orbs, potentially use them, if possible, to destroy them. And then figure out a way to either destroy the orbs or lock them away where no one can get them.
Destroying them would be better, but William and I at least are in common lockstep in that regard. Of finding the orbs and making sure they're out of the evil hands.
How old are these orbs?
As old as time itself.
I think it's quite a bit of
To put it
displays
into-
the status of hubris to assume that we could destroy such things.
You would be surprised with how easy it is to destroy ancient items, depending on the item, of course.
Do we know what would happen if we would destroy it?
No, but it'd be fun to find out.
And to put it into perspective, Dagon, these orbs have been around since before I was born, and I guess I can reveal my true age to you now. I am over 1,000 years old.
Seem to be robbing the cradle by biting Thonk now, aren't we?
Listen, not many people live to be that long anyways, so...
To think the things you might know.
There's a fair bit of things, but that's not the topic of conversation right now.
So what do we do now?
Well, Thonk needs some rest, that's for sure, and
I think we all do.
he'll probably need to feed at some point soon. So, I'll talk to him about all of that. My camera's not on, I'm waving.
We're waving at your guest, Freya.
Oh. They're say hi.
Hi, Lexi.
If any of you have questions, feel free to ask them.
How long have you known about the orbs?
Quite a few years, but they don't tend to, they don't tend to be easy to find. I didn't expect one to end up in the town that I chose as residence.
In regards to you being a Dampier, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to assume that certain properties of vampires don't associate with the Dampier. I mean, i.e., burning in sunlight, holy water, things like that.
I'm perfectly fine with all of those things, yes.
Does that include me too, or am I gonna have to like?
The only thing you have to worry about are the fangs, and actually, I kind of open my mouth, and you see the fangs pop out, and then retract. You'll notice that you have a little bit more control of certain muscles around your jaw. If you flex or let them rest, the fangs will pop in and out.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm gonna need that for starters, cause and I'm gonna show like my bottom like tusks as well. Just cluster fucking with the fangs. I'm just like.
Yeah, those tusks are another reason why I don't think you feasting on blood would be a good idea.
No, I'd rather not. That's kind of not my style, but.
William, you said you feast on dreams instead of blood, correct?
Yes.
Have you used your powers to like see in other people's dreams, or just feed?
I can get a small glimpse of what the dreams are, but only what they are. I've done a little bit, but I'm still working on the fine-tuning of being able to
Master it.
figure out the meanings of the dreams. And
I see.
I would not want to be too forward in suggesting that Thonk have the same type of otherworldly diet that you do, but if he does choose that,
I think I'll have what he's having.
I would say the dreams I have, I'm quite tired of. They've always been quite fearsome.
I've only ever managed to make dreams turn worse. But I am trying to fine-tune that process, because it is a little bit of a process. I'm trying to fine-tune that process to be able to give better ones as well. It will take some practice, though, and definitely for Thonk, it's going to be an ordeal to work on that.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Well,
bet.
well, if anything, I'm sure, or at least I'll speak for myself at least, that I can help in any way possible. I'm definitely willing to volunteer. So long as that I'm not going to get bitten in the neck. No disrespect to the two
I'm not
Dampier in the room.
gonna.
Like I
I'm
said,
not
that
gonna
was
eat you.
a Hail Mary. I hate doing that.
Well, it saved his life, essentially.
Surprisingly, I thought with the whole brain thing it wasn't going to work, but it did.
You might have saved his life, but you damned his soul.
There are many things that can do that, Markane.
Trust me, I'm aware.
And it's much easier for that to happen than one would think.
Trust me.
Sometimes,
Also aware.
sometimes desperate times call for desperate measures.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have to do the things that we don't want to do.
Pretty
Marquis
good.
just kind of grumbles into his drink. See him scratching notes into his little black book.
Oh, and Markane, I know you love to study stuff like this. If you have any questions about Dampier in general, I'm sure that I can answer them for you.
Markane just kind of gives you an even look and goes, I've already studied your kind. Not much else to learn.
You mind if I ask off of who?
I have 3 degrees in occult studies. You think Dampiers and vampires didn't come up at some point?
Oh, I was just wondering if you had met any others.
I haven't had to meet any of them yet.
Fair enough. Us Dampier can be much more pleasant than vampires, though.
Well, yeah, I'd hope so. You know,
So far, you are much more pleasant.
I appreciate that.
The rest of these uncouth idiots, I'll stop there.
So, Markane, for the past couple of nights and days, you've been kind of really in your studies here. One of the couple things that you were studying were the different processes between the ichor and the spores, and their interactions with each other. Would you mind giving me just, let's say, intelligence plus your proficiency, so you'd be able to use a history just for the sake of it, but if you won't mind rolling that for me, I'd appreciate it.
You just want me to roll a history?
Yeah, that should work.
I have
Or Arcana, whichever one.
Let's say I have expertise in history.
Oh, well then do Arcana. I guess it'd be more Arcana anyway, because you're trying to figure out, I guess, science.
I'm gonna add an intellect die to that as well.
Gotcha.
Which is D6.
Well, music's freaking out, by the way, just a little bit. So as you've been doing some of these experiments, you've gotten a couple really interesting interactions. One of them being when the ichor has started to evaporate just a little bit. Chris, did you hear me?
Yeah, I tried just refreshing the page. Did that work?
No, you
You
gotta
have to
start and
refresh
stop.
the screen.
Shiz it.
But yeah, so one of the first interactions you kind of noticed was when you had just a little bit of the spores, the ichor easily overtook it. And as it was ripping into the spores and some of the blood that you've taken from our lovely Amon here, you would see as little spikes would kind of shoot out of the ichor, skewering the spores and then infecting them and bringing it more into the biomass. But as the day goes along, with no extra ichor added or anything to be brought into the biomass, you saw the ichor kind of start to slow and shrink, almost as if it was evaporating a little bit. And then the following day, you decided to try, you know, a little bit more of the spores rather than the ichor. And the ichor, you kind of saw it get, the spores just kind of existing in life, as they started to sort of populate and start to grow mycelium around it. You can see as the ichor was kind of getting corralled by the spores, so the spores weren't specifically corralling them, as if the ichor, knowing that there's more of it than it kind of stopped and just was kind of trying to stay away from it for the best of it possibly could, up until the spores started to eat it.
Would it be enough to infer that the ichor has a form of sentience?
Yes. I think that is a decision that you were easily able to kind of make with this. Now, in the final day, you decided to see what would happen if you injected the spores directly into the ichor. And as you do so, you take varying sizes and amounts of spores. A little less, you know, ichor consumed it. A little more. The ichor was really fighting at it at the start. And then when you did a lot more of her blood versus the ichor, you kind of saw the ichor go from being there to being consumed. And the spores growing at an exponential rate into proper mushrooms. And then you saw this tiny little mycelium might kind of pop up out of the ground, or out of the jar that you were doing this experiment in, or beaker or whatever it was. And there you started to see something weird with the myceliumite. With the myceliumite, you saw as it looked as if it was dripping in a fluid as viscous as the ichor, but as white as the mycelium spores blood. And
I would like to bottle that up.
so, okay, you're gonna get...
Well, so I have like a pretty permanent room in this establishment for the time being, correct?
For the time being, yeah. I would say so.
I think I would try to get some sort of terrarium to cultivate that specific mushroom that birthed from the ichor.
I think you definitely are able to do that.
I'll be back.
But yeah, so you definitely see, you know, you see this there, and it is, I mean, it's alive. The terrarium you get, we'll say it's like a small, like a tiny, like 5-gallon tank or something like that. I don't know how you line it, whether or not you get something to go along the bottom, or if you take like food scraps and you're just dumping it in or not. But yeah.
I think I would be safe to say that it'd probably just be soil, and I would assume at this point it eats the ichor. Correct?
The myceliumite, when it sees the ichor, seems to be kind of scooping it up and then just, yeah, consuming it in a way. And after enough of the ichor, because you do have you have like mason jars of this, because just the amount that your brother produces, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so as you have sort of like, you know, plot more in there, you do see another little myceliumite sprout up, and it, much like the first one, is producing a white version of this ichor. And then you do a little bit more, and then they seem to be trying to like push as much as they can together in a spot where the mycelium roots are, and a new spore, or in a new mushroom puff is kind of growing. But eventually, after a little while, little myceliumites look up at you. and then look over at a jar and they point. Mind you, these things are maybe about an inch tall.
Hold on, I'm also typing while you're saying this stuff.
You're fine, no worries. And then, you know, you would stop kind of looking in them. Like this would be around the day where, oh god, they knock on your door and there's a dead thonk in their arms, and you know, you kind of cover up the little terrarium and whatnot.
They pointed at the black ichor, like a jar of it.
Yeah.
We hunger.
Consumption.
We must feed.
More.
Nourishment. Father, I crave nourishment.
Violence.
Father, let me feast upon the blood of my enemies.
I will do that, but it's going to be controlled.
All right. So you
Father,
do
please.
you do feed it a little bit more, and then another one kind of pops up. Now you have 3 of these little guys in there, and that's when they would knock on your door. You would go up to the door, and you know, before you went up to the door, you covered your experiment, I'm assuming.
Yes.
And such. And then that whole scene plays out where Thonk is there, William goes, hi, and then
I debate the merits of killing both of them, quickly dismiss them.
So, now that you know what you've been doing, hopefully that felt good, knowing
Can I
that-
run one more test?
Yeah, I would say you could definitely have gotten another test in. I just
I
was...
just want to see how the white ichor they produce reacts to the black ichor.
So doing so, it's really weird. It's almost as if they, rather than ignore each other or go after each other, or rather than go after each other and try to like kill each other, the ichor, the white ichor and the black ichor just kind of flow with each other, but separate.
Okay.
And there we are. So now everybody know, you know, now you know what's been going on while you were away. It's not helping the rest of the party. You were doing your own little experiments, trying to figure out stuff. But yes. Now, what do you guys want to do?
I think we're going to bed.
Going to bed? Everybody get their long rest in?
Yeah,
So,
I think
something
it's
like that.
nap time for at least a lot of us.
Gotcha. Alright. That time it
To,
is.
to William, it's like, do I still need like sleep and like?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm gonna try.
He does, right?
Yes.
I still need to sleep. Yeah.
I'm like, no, like in character, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, man. Like I'm going off of everything you're telling me. So
You do feel very exhausted. Like right now you do have like 2 levels of exhaustion. So like you are a tired boy.
I don't gotta like hang upside down or nothing, right? I can just.
If you want to, you can. We can, and I kind of walk over to a wall and just put my foot on it and start walking up the wall. We can do this.
Spider-Man.
So you have that now.
Spider thonk. Spider thonk.
Spider-Thunk.
You also don't need to breathe anymore.
You see Thong just like the entire time he's been like, and then you see him go.
So wait, William. So that means if Thonk wanted to go swimming, he's not have to come up for air.
Exactly.
Oh, that's going to be helpful knowledge.
Damn.
I'll feel less guilty now.
Will
You
you
see-
Yes, that
feels
means you
weird.
still need to shower, Thonk.
Yes, he still needs to shower, and he
Well-
still needs to sleep.
You are very hungry though right now. And
What is-
Probably need to get you to feed as well.
At this saying of that, Marcane's eyes narrow a little bit. Was like, so what does he feed on?
Well, if he follows my footsteps, it can be dreams. If he chooses not to go for dreams, he can do emotions or feelings, but I'm going to steer him away from blood because that's gross. Nobody wants that.
no blood.
Trust me, I have plenty of bad dreams you can eat.
I'll have what he's having. I
I wonder
That's all
if my
new.
blood would taste any different than anybody else's.
Your
I
blood
guarantee it
probably
would.
infect us.
No, my blood wouldn't. I don't think it infects
My-
me like that. I
uh,
tried it with Gobtrissimo.
you did what?
Back when Gobtrissimo died, I tried to stick some of my blood in his mouth because I thought it might cure him. But it didn't work, and then Boulder saved him.
That's
We need to find my boy.
Well, we do.
Yes, but you need to eat.
and sleep.
Oh, would you like this back, by the way?
what do you want?
Yeah,
Oh, Morgul.
yeah. No, I'm just gonna I still here. Very tired.
I as well need the feast too, because that kind of.
I've
took a
heard
lot out of me
rumors
doing
that vampires can go feral if they don't eat. Or is that
Luckily, I'm not a
vampires?
vampire. I'm a dampier. There is a difference.
So that's only applies to vampires, not Dempiers as well. Oh.
Do we just get like hangry or like?
We were weaker. You know, it's like you not eating your. It's like before you not eating lunch or dinner.
Okay, yeah, we can.
You can starve to death by not eating. But
Well, yeah, we don't
on the
want
flip
that.
side, you don't have to eat as often. You notice I still eat human food. You don't have to do that. Like, I still eat normal food. You don't have to do that. I do it to fit in, to seem less conspicuous.
Okay, so human
You
food doesn't affect
Also,
you.
you also do know, William. You know that you can subside off of regular food as a dampier, but it's basically
weaker.
not so much that you're weaker. It's so much that you don't get, like, with your special things.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get as many points for that, right? It's one of those things like that. For them, since they're new, they don't really have those special things yet. They're too young. They would be able to subside off of people food. The issue is they would have to eat the equivalent of, like, a golden corral. Like, I'm talking the weight of people that are in Golden Corral.
Yeah.
So,
So
a whole
what I
Thanksgiving just for you.
Yeah. Well, what I recommend is feast if someone's willing to have you snack on their dreams. I would do that tonight and give it a couple days and see how you feel afterwards. You still eat some normal food as well, because as much as I say it doesn't help me that much, it helps since you're newer, it will help you more than it would help me.
I think I'm gonna keep that up. Just
It also helps fit in and not seem weird.
well, yeah, no, it just it just doesn't feel right. I think I'll keep it going. It's just
Under the sake of keeping normalcy, when in a group other than us, I would advise taking a breath every couple seconds, otherwise that might draw attention to experienced eyes as well.
I mean,
As you've
Thonk
noticed,
is
William has
still-
never stopped actually breathing.
Yeah.
Just be yourself. Just be yourself, basically.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, I've been. It's just, I'm sorry, guys. This is a lot.
Don't be
This
don't be
is-
sorry. It's a learning curve.
Be better.
It is
I'm
what
just
it is.
If you ever have any questions, you can come to me. If for some reason you can't get a hold of me, talk to Fel.
Fell. Yeah, I'm gonna have a ton of questions. It's just we can deal with them later.
Yes.
Ugh.
I cannot scan the room. Would anybody be willing for him to have?
I've already said that he can eat mine. I don't want to experience them.
I appreciate that.
I don't know if I particularly dream, but you can snack upon mine if you feel
Eh,
so inclined.
I will say, Markane, you will still experience them, but they will be different.
He shrugs.
I mean, if
I
anything,
imagine they can't be any worse than what they are currently. I don't know if you've had the opportunity to take a peek yourself.
I have not. The only person in this group that I have snacked on dreams from was Dagon.
Were they tasty?
Filling in the sense that they helped.
Okay.
Markane, how do you feel about that?
Feel about what?
The fact that he snacked on your brother's dreams.
If he's paying attention to me, I'll say how I reacted, but there was nothing extremely
I would
verbal.
have been looking at you, yeah, because I know how close you are to your brother.
Your damn pure instincts say danger for a half second, and then my face goes back to normal.
I assure you, Markane, that it doesn't cause any harm. And I've talked to Dagon about it as well.
My brother is a consenting adult, and so far you have shown to be a good man. Keep it that way, and we'll keep you above ground.
that's not true. I don't know what it is. William,
Understandable. Yes?
question. In regards to feeding on dreams, just in case any of us, obviously we've all volunteered, for Thonk to, feast on our dreams to get used to it and everything. How does that work, actually? Like, how does that go about?
He actually, the way I do it, I just sit down next to you
Oh,
and kind of,
more psychic in a
It's a-
sense?
yes, it's a weird experience.
Gotcha.
You get
Gotcha.
used to it after a while, but it is going to be odd for Thonk.
Well,
Question.
Yeah.
What is your question?
Do some dreams taste better than others?
They don't necessarily have a taste to them. It's more the emotions of the dreams flood into us, rather.
When you smoke giggly, do you still get the munchies?
I still eat, so yes.
Finn's just gonna look at him
Thonk
and
is just
like,
gonna
what?
like.
Your exhaustion is starting to
I don't
really.
know if it'll help me sleep, but
Do you need a light for that?
That does still affect us, so you're good.
Do you need a light for that?
Well, if everything is well,
It's really strong. It's really strong.
You take a puff,
Uh.
and it's just.
I think
I
think
would-
this is where we should get some rest and then reconvene in the morning.
She's gonna take it away from him.
as you take it, I'm just gonna just
Marcane, he
Out
just
like a-
passed out in your room.
Yeah.
After smoking some giggle weed.
We're all still sitting in my room. I thought we were at the bar downstairs.
Mm-mm.
Get the fuck out of my room.
Yeah. Oh,
Get the
by the way,
fuck out of my room! I'm playing Minecraft.
by the way, I'm Finn. Nice to meet you. And then he just like saunters off because I get the hell
Oh,
out. Get the
Finn,
hell
before you go, can you help me bring Thonk to his room?
out. Yeah, sure. Do you want the shoulder? You want to take care of the shoulder or the feet?
Either or.
Doesn't matter.
I'm
Just
not
let me-
very strong myself, so.
Okay, fine. I'll take the shoulder.
Marcane reaches down and grabs him by the scruff of his neck and drags him out of the room.
Or
might-
okay. Or that worked also. That works.
You also might want to dress the wound on his neck so it doesn't get infected.
Place my hand against his neck and the mark disappears.
Yeah, we don't know where William's mouth's been. I mean, we do, but we don't want to imagine it.
I'll have you know, I thoroughly take care of my personal hygiene.
Mhm.
I'm just, as Marcane is like dragging Thonk out, I'm just gonna look at him and just like, is he always like that?
He's
Always
an
a crab
asshole.
ass? Always a crab ass? Okay, yeah, good to know. Good to know. Good to know.
Nothing will remove the stick from his ass.
Is it-
William's also offered.
Am
to
I
examine
hearing
it.
this?
Yes,
Yeah.
you're right outside your door.
Yep. Like I'm not subtle about it. Like I want you to hear what the hell I'm saying.
Is anybody else still in the room?
I'm walking out.
Dagon.
Okay.
I don't know. Dagon might be, but I would leave. I wouldn't stay in someone's room after they're not there.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Just to make sure.
In reaction to these chuckle fucks from Mark, as I'm not carrying him to his room. I'm literally dragging him outside my
Yeah,
door and
right.
like dropping him on the floor outside.
Oh, okay.
And as I set him down, I'll look at you two and it's like, I might be an ass, but I'll be the reason you stay alive. And I go back inside my room, and before I close the door, I'll be like, William, come see me when you get these people to bed,
He's a smart ass.
Alright.
if you have time.
And a crab ass. Got it.
All right. Well, let me shuffle the children off to bed then.
I was like,
I don't wanna.
might be best. We've had a long night. I'm on. We'll reconvene in the morning, have some breakfast, see how Thonk is feeling, and figure out our next course of action, so to say. I know.
I'm on. Go to bed. And he kind of does the shoe hand where he's like shooing you.
Come on.
Go to bed.
Big up.
It's time for the nightly roll for our boy Gautrissimo.
Simon.
And he's fucking dead.
Brought to you by the tower.
That doesn't bode well. The tower is a bad sign,
Nope.
usually.
Once I end up getting everybody off to bed, and Thonk in his room, and everyone goes off to bed, I'll go back to Marcane's room. And I'll just knock.
You just hear enter.
Alright, I go in. close the door behind me. You wanted to talk?
Considering you're the only one out of this group that has any sort of intellectual pursuits, I feel it would be good to have another set of eyes and brain working on this. And I'll uncover the terrarium.
You have been hearing
Right.
like small little taps on the glass every once in a while.
That's one of those mushrooms.
Well, I believe
This
this to
looks
be
different.
this
These,
is a new species.
These little mushrooms, they have the like whenever they step, they have like a little bit of the viscousness of the ichor, but the coloration of the blood of white. Kind of like every time they step, you can see the little bit of, it's a little.
It's a
It's like a little
mushroom.
puddle.
It's
Oh, don't call it that.
It's become true.
I didn't realize how bad it was gonna be until I started describing it. I was really hoping you wouldn't, but you did.
Oh,
intrusive
God.
thoughts one. I'm sorry.
Father, we crave violence.
returning to character. I will.
So
You might
how did
find
get that?
this interest. Huh?
How did you get that?
How did I get what?
The mushroom.
Well, our friend Amon has some interesting blood, and early in my studies of it, I noticed that there was an adverse and kind of violent reaction between her blood and the ichor. So I introduced more ichor over time in various quantities versus the quantities of her blood, to the point where the myceliumites were. It'll just be easier if I show you, and I'll open up the jar next to the terrarium and take a dropper
Food.
and drop a couple drips of the ichor on the shrooms.
Nourishment.
Watch.
The voice, I swear.
Nourishment.
They don't hear any of this. This is just the mushrooms like speaking back and forth between each
They're
other.
speaking mushroom.
They're just like-
mycelium. As they make the Animal Crossing noises.
Yeah.
This is an interesting development.
As the little dropper starts, as he starts dropping it, you do see one of them like quickly run over there and scoop it up. Hi, Sabrina. Thank you for opening the door for Mama. Thank you. And as they start eating, or not eating, they sort of start like having their little ichor, balls, and they just kind of go and smash into what seems to be the primary spot where the mycelium itself is growing, like the proper mycelium of the mushrooms, their root structure, if you would. And they, after doing so, you see as the mycelium just starts to grow around it, and then another one kind of starts to flower and become a small little mushroom bulb-like thing. And after a little while longer, you see as the little arms and legs pop out, and they look around.
So in the same vein of what happened at Shah's house, the mycelium used the corpses that were in the well and formed a mass of it, and then created the child with a new person inside of it. They're using the ichor here to create new beings of itself.
I'm starting to wonder the limits of what our friend's blood can turn into food, for lack of a better word.
Well, if it can turn the ichor, which is aberrant in origin, into food,
My next
don't
question is,
see-
what other beings can it affect?
I don't see it stopping if it can affect aberrant beings.
So my next question is a little bit more personal. Would you mind if I had some of your blood?
Sure. Feel free.
I'll get my little doctor bag up and motion him to sit next to me. And while I start the process for that, Marcane looks at you evenly for a second and goes, "So I have a question about the biting."
I don't like to do it.
I don't care about your moral standpoint on it. I was more so wondering what the process was. Is there a venom that comes from your teeth? Or is it...
I take my hand that isn't being, like the arm that isn't being used, and I kind of open up my lips a little bit and fold my bottom lip back, and you see a fairly large cut on the back of my bottom lip. It works more so with mingling my blood with theirs. So, one thing I will say, putting my blood in with these mushrooms, you might create weird ichor vampire mushroom, or dampier mushrooms, not vampire. I mix it up myself sometimes. Weird dampier ichor mushrooms, so you might make
the
something
way I'm
really
seeing
weird.
it, well, if it cultivates the way I believe it might, what if I could breed a species of mushrooms who hunger for, and only for, the black ichor?
That could be very useful indeed. Because they can feed off the ichor.
The way you worded it earlier, you seem to be able to choose a form of sustenance. And if I've already introduced a food source,
That would depend on their sentience, their level of intelligence. Because I choose to feast off of dreams, but that I could also feast off of emotions or blood currently. I just choose not to.
I don't believe these myceliumites to possess a similar level of intelligence for us. So I'm hoping the direct path as far as food goes that I've already introduced is the one that they will follow, because they don't have the level of perception to choose another.
Do you have any food scraps around?
Looked over at the tray of uneaten food from however many days ago. Probably got mold on it by now.
Yep. That doesn't matter to mushrooms. We should take a small chunk of that and dump it and see if they eat that as well.
But that would taint the research. I would need a separate... I would need to separate some of these from the rest if we're introducing another food source that way. I mean, if we give them more options, they'll know there's more options, kind of thing. Does that make sense?
That is understandable.
If I only introduce the black ichor as a food source before trying this, then it's untainted. They have no preference.
Why don't we... Here's an idea for you, Marcane. I own most of the buildings across the row as well. Usually I turn them into more permanent housing than what is left in here for people that stay longer. Why don't we take one of those buildings and turn it into more of a laboratory of sorts for you, since you don't have to cram your stuff into here, and then you can have a separate room, separate area for it. And that way you can have...
Billable space would be nice.
Yes, I agree. And that way you can have multiples of these in separate rooms as well, so they don't see each other.
Marcade just sits there stroking his beard for a second and goes, "I think that might work." think we can leave it there for tonight, though. It's been a long day for all of us.
I kind of look at my arm. How much blood did you take?
Enough, as I kind of stick the last vial of it in my bag. Probably took about 3 vials.
I will say, don't let anyone drink that
Don't let anybody drink what?
blood.
I'd more so saying that they're not even going to know I have it.
Oh, fair enough.
Well,
If that is all, then I will leave you to it.
I'll give a slight respectful bow and open the door for you.
And I get up and walk out.
As you're walking past me to the door, I'm going to say, while my exterior is rough, I have a great respect for you, and I don't want to endanger that. You seem to be one of the only ones here with a level head on your shoulders, and I believe we're going to need that in the future.
I
Have a
kinda
good night,
do a
William.
little- I do a little bow. And as I said the first day we met, I will do my best to keep you and your brother safe.
and so,
Close the door.
you guys hit the hay. It's time for bed. Congratulations, everybody. You sleep. You get your long rest in.
Oh no.
With you, my dear friend Dagon, you experience newfound horrors in your dreams.
Oh gosh.
Um,
How so?
well,
Please
let's-
describe them to me.
Let's see how bad they are.
William would have told you that if at any point your dreams wake you up, you can come to him.
Aww.
Come and snuggle.
Well,
I had a bad dream,
a little bit
Dad.
of help with the dreams, possibly.
All right. Well, I thought it was gonna be a terrible dream. No, it was it was a very ickery dream.
Do you have that table open?
Shroom.
I do not have the table open. No,
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you were doing. But if you're not doing it, then I'll shut up.
but you do still need to roll your D100 for the table. So.
69, that one's good.
Nice.
Dagon's pregnant.
I'm shroom dream.
Shroom dreams.
Like tweezers.
Rather than the normal dream, you do sort of have this moment where you do feel this sort of fuzz kind of come over you for a second there, and you can hear just slightly in your dream just feed.
Is it a
Ooh.
fungally fuzz?
You don't know. You've never really felt that.
Looking at you, Amon.
But you do feel this weird thing of just feed, food, feed.
This is quite peculiar.
And then as you start to kind of sink into your normal nightmare lapse, there's a small moment where as you're being sucked up by the ichor for the umpteenth time, still always is just as horrifying as the first. You just get used to it after a while. This time you feel what seems to be a small sort of pang in your head. Just a boop. And then another little food. Please feed me. Feed us. I need the food. I need to more. More.
Does this sound like the house love child at all?
No, it doesn't sound like them. It just kind of sounds like a small, cute little voice. And they are just like, feed us, you produce, give us food, please.
Feed me, Seymour.
Feed me some more.
I'm not sure what to think. What do you want? Do you want this? And then I imagine, like, in my dreamscape, like, out of my arm, it, like, bleeds the ichor, like, flowing towards... I don't know if it's, like, a physical thing that I see, but...
As the ichor starts to, like, fall down out of your palm and whatnot, and really just starts to fill up the room, you do see what seems to be, like, this small, little indifference of void. You're used to this black void, but what you see is this small bit of white just and as the ichor starts to fall out of your hand, the first drop hits the ground, and the next drop, and the next drop, and then it starts to go quickly, and all you see is a small orb just go towards it. And then you feel this sharp pain in your head as you hear another scream of
like the deep speech of things that I've heard before. All right. Is it? Can I understand it at all, or is it like pained?
It's pained, and then you can hear words every once in a while of
I'm the one. I am the one who fucking changes. Not you.
Do you remember those bone dice I got in that fever dream?
Yes.
Can I have those? I don't know why they came to mind, but I feel like the thought is to roll those in a ton of like thing, like a coin flip for myself. What is it, like 2d6s?
I believe so.
I mean, we're way out of a 1 and a 2. I don't know what you want to do with that, but that's kind of what I felt was natural.
Okay. I'm gonna have to say that you have this weird feeling of this is cool. What is this? You're intrigued, but you are also scared. You're used to the change you know.
Yeah.
You're not sure what to make of this new little bit of voice that's trying to speak.
I think Dagon would want to let it ride, just kind of see how these two forces act out on each other.
After a little bit more of this sort of eating and disappearing and eating and disappearing, and then you start to see the ichor kind of just... Time to find out. See the ichor as it starts to sort of pang around it and just consume as it starts to shoot a small little spear sort of into what you can only assume to be the small white dot. Very fuzzy. It sticks it up against the wall. You can see as the white dot starts to dissolve into it, and this small little white dot turns into a white streak. Then you wake the fuck up.
I'm not sure what to make of this. Was it like similar to when Dagon would have had his dreams, like with Sir William there, or is this like another presence that I'm not used to?
It is a different presence.
Okay.
It is familiar with the ichor, but just different somehow.
What time of night is it?
I'd say it's about like you got like most of the way of your long rest. Like I would say you still have a long rest, like completed. It's like maybe about an hour before you would normally wake up.
Okay. From a roleplay standpoint and for flavor, I don't know what would be more interesting. I feel like kind of remember what I told you about how Dagon would want to seek out like a primordial influence almost.
Yeah.
Like you would see Dagon start to walk down the hallway to Marcane's room to his brother. Maybe he could get advice from him, but then he raises his hand to knock on the door and doesn't want to disturb him.
By the way,
The door
69
opens.
means nothing happens. So,
And then he might go to Sir William's quarters, but, you know, as he places his hand on the railing and gets one foot up on a stair, he would second guess himself and not want to disturb his host.
Real quick,
yes.
can I see? Did you read my messages, by the way?
I did not.
Talking to me?
No, talking to
Oh.
Freya. When
And
you
your
got-
your guys' rooms are adjacent, so you know.
Safe to say I would have heard him leave his room.
Yes.
As you got to my door and went to knock, I opened the door. Good morning, brother.
Is it morning?
From the
Is this
sound of your
real?
sleep, I slap you.
Yes, you seem real. You seem quite like my brother.
I will motion him inside the room for a moment, and I feel your sleep was troubled, brother.
Marcane, I've had quite a longing. I have such an urge to submerge myself in the sea. I feel as if it is more home now than back with our hut before our mother passed. I feel called to submerge myself and never resurface. And these dreams I have, I'm so troubled by the constant questions and the intruding thoughts and the intruding... There's things, there's entity, there's people, there's things that are older than I could have ever imagined, trying to conquer my mind. And I feel like the only reprieve is to submit and go into the deep.
Arcane, in one of his few signs of affection for his brother, rests his hand on your knee as you're talking. Brother, you have to stay strong and not listen to it. I'm close. You just have to hold out a little longer.
I know I can trust you.
I will free you from this, as I promised years ago. I'm close, I promise.
Dagon would reach... So from Arcane, he would just see... He kind of reaches into, like, his breast pocket, but what's in there is a letter from your mother that he has not read yet. As he kind of touches it as a comfort and says, like, brother, I know your mind, I know you can do this, but I fear that if these urges are too strong, that I would not return for them. That what I would become would be an abomination.
Whatever you become, I will deal with it.
And he would
I
just
will
kind of
not
look
let
at
you
you.
become a danger to yourself or others.
D&D, what's up?
He'll just look at you and nod.
Frozen solid. We never took that. Okay. So we're just having spicy tuna with pepper tuna. That's fine.
This episode sponsored by Kodiak brand
I
muffins.
wish. That'd be great.
These are so fucking tasty. For 260 calories in one serving of blueberry goodness, protein packed, help you build muscle and stay lean at the same time.
We'll work on getting sponsorship
All right.
details later.
Back to what was going on. Sorry.
Dagon nods to Marcane in a wordless acceptance, knowing that if he were to become something that was unmanageable and an aberrant horror, he knows his brother would do the right thing.
I will do everything I can to make sure that reality never comes, brother. Just try to stay strong. As I know you are.
Then, I don't know quite what to do now.
We
Should
do the same
browse
thing
the-
we always do.
Carry forward.
Forward always.
I want both of you to know that you both get a inspiration die.
Hey, what's up? Is that something I can do on Foundry?
Yep.
I don't even know.
It's
I'm
on
so
your
bad at this.
attribute sheet, right below resource 1, 2, and 3, right below your death saves.
Oh, look at that! Cool.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Panda, panda, panda.
Too late. That was last campaign.
Last year.
You haven't changed the goddamn thing.
For now, brother, I say we take the day as it is. I don't see any point in us rousing our friends just yet. So we enjoy a quiet breakfast before everything gets loud again. And I'll motion him towards the door.
Let's. I could definitely go for some mushroom omelets. Don't tell him on though.
Mushroom omelet sounds good, actually. Make that 2 of them.
Doesn't it? It sounds fantastic. Cremini or
Go on
shiitake?
downstairs. I'm going to tidy up and join you shortly.
Aye. Dagon exits.
Alrighty.
Look at the top of Simon's head.
Simon, tonight is one of the first nights in a long time that you sleep, and it's great, but you do wake up fucking famished. And then Aman. You, while everybody was in the midst of doing many things last night with Thonk, after you realized that, oh, that brain thing is just dead on the ground, you scooped it up while everybody was distracted.
That's what happened to it.
And so, it's your room.
You said it as a joke, but now I feel like I gotta commit to the bit.
You don't.
Does the-
You didn't say JK. I don't know what's joke in text.
I thought, okay, so I thought earlier you looked up at the camera and you went, and I thought that was at me, and I started laughing and I went like this.
Oh no.
Okay, I guess I'm committing to the bit now. So I pick up she picks up the intellect devourer, the dead one. Does the fuzz say anything? Like, do I feel anything?
I don't feel anything per se. You do sort of just have this thing in your hand, and there's just this weird feeling of like, what could I do with this? That chaotic gremlin.
The chaotic tendencies.
Yeah.
So I assume it still has one of the scalpels still.
Oh,
Like the scalpel's like coming
No,
out of its.
I
the
would
top of
definitely
it.
reclaim my scalpel.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Scalpels are expensive.
take it to my room, lock the door. I'm gonna cut my hand and slap it onto the, cut it open, get a little bit of blood flow, slap it on, because at this point somebody has already said like, oh, your blood infects things. So I'm like, can I infect this? Can I make a little intellect devourish room?
As you put your hand on it and you're just bleeding into this thing, you see as the blood is just kind of like seeping into this thing. It's going between the hemispheres. It's weird. You see it twitch. And it's twitching. Give me a medicine check.
Alright.
Or nature. One of those two.
What am I better at? I'm better at medicine, believe it or not. 24.
24, okay. So you know that this thing could just be moving from it being dead and random neurons still firing off from leftover, like, electricity. This is the smartest you've felt in a long time.
I have a wisdom of 20.
Oof.
Wisdom is not smart. Wisdom is.
I know, but my intelligence isn't that low. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna say I did this before I fell asleep. Before I went to bed, and then in the morning I'm gonna check on it.
Gotcha. So wake up in the morning.
Feeling like P.
Feeling like P.
Diddy.
You see this thing as it's just on the spot where you left it.
Not dead or alive. Not alive.
Not alive, not undead, alive, not nothing.
How do I go about this in the most in-character way possible?
You ask it a question. Just ask it a question.
Wait, does the fuzz being fuzzy, just normal little no thoughts, head empty fuzz?
Normal no thoughts, head empty fuzz right now.
Can I do any kind of check to see if I can
try to commune with it?
Yeah.
Sure. Try to commune with it. Give me a wisdom.
Oh, yay! Just check.
Yeah, we'll just do a normal check for the time being.
12, not great.
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
It does not do. Yeah, this thing's just in your room. No, Finn.
Goblin brain says eat it. Go for goblin?
Devour the intellect. Devour.
My brain says if Amon's brain says if I eat this, I get all of the intelligence it ate because it's an intellect devour. It's called an intellect devour. So by transitive property, I get smarter.
Please tell me she gets all of Thonk's memories.
I'm biting it. She's biting it.
Including all the times he's masturbated and wiped his butt and things like that.
Yo! She's gonna pick it up, frontal lobe, how? Like a burger. I want to.
Okay.
Sorry.
Alright, so you just go. You see as the arms and legs go. As you bite into this thing, just. Alright.
What happens there?
My mom walks out for breakfast with a PhD and graduation cap. And a monocle just because.
Alright, so you bite into this thing, it wigs out for a second, you feel weird. You feel it feel weird. And then for a split second, you feel this weird sort of slide down. A little wiggle. That's it.
I'm gonna take another bite.
Fuck it. Take another bite.
But I'm gonna make sure to mash it up real good. We're crunching it.
Wait, I found out. Are you fucking?
Oh,
eating
there's
the
not much
intellect
crunch.
I'm what?
Are you fucking eating the intellect devourer?
Yes.
Yes.
Goblin Brain said if I eat this, I get all the intelligence, and I could use some of that. Transitive property.
You know, I'm
PEMDAS, motherfucker.
all right. All right.
Oh god.
You do you.
Yeah. So you bite into this thing again. You have this small moment of, like, you kind of like burp for a second, and then you say something in orc. But like that's it for the times for that like split second. That's it.
I've taken 2 bites out of this thing.
Taking 2 bites out of this thing. Do you really want to? This thing is like an 18-bite meal. Okay.
I don't really have a fridge where I can save it for later.
Oh, you know what I do have though?
Oh no. Oh no.
God, I'm fucking horrifying.
I'm gonna take another bite, and if that doesn't do anything, I have a plan. Don't worry about it.
What? Take another bite.
Oh god, what the fuck?
I feel like this is like a deck of many things. Which one of these is gonna make me get possessed by an illithid?
Well, you got a 4 on a D100. So,
So that's a yes.
I just want you to know that as you bite into this, yet again, there's just this small sort of pang, and this is where the fuzz is just like, hey, stop that shit.
Brain blast.
Like,
Stop it! Get some help!
you hear the little kid's voice be like that, you know, from the thing.
Yeah.
It's just like, stop, please.
What the fuck?
What are you doing? I feel weird.
I'm gonna take it downstairs. And we're gonna stop there.
Okay.
That's your plan?
Yep.
Never mind.
Finn, you wake up, you hear a large belch, something in Orcish.
Do I know that like Amon's room is right next to mine?
No, you don't know where anybody's fucking room is. You were told to get the fuck out, and you were like,
Fuck it, I'm going to bed.
all right, let's just move Thonk and call it a day.
So,
yeah.
all right. So yeah, Finn's gonna open up the door, and do I see anyone at that point as I'm like getting out of my room and everything?
No, you would be walking like down the hallway as Amon was finishing up her little thing.
So okay, so all right, I'm gonna head down. Is there anyone down like at the bar right now?
See Dagon and Marcane sitting down there as they have their plates of food, mostly finished at this point.
Morning, everybody. Morning.
Good
morning,
Mr. Finn.
So I don't know if you guys heard. I heard like a Belgian, and I think Thonk, because I think he's the only one that speaks Orcish. So I don't know if he's up, if he's fed, or what the hell's going on, but it sounded like he was okay. I don't know if burping after eating dreams is a damn sure thing. Gotta talk to Finn on that one, but yeah, how'd you guys sleep? Everything good on your guys' end?
As good as it ever is, my friend.
Coming downstairs as
Marcane's
with
got
William.
a flat stares here and just goes, fantastic.
Do we have our omelets?
Yeah, you guys are like halfway through your omelets at this point.
Is Amon here?
Amon would probably come down like shortly after Thonk and William holding the intellect
The
devourer.
chomped intellect devourer?
Yeah.
100% gonna be eating like this. Just kind of hiding it.
Good morning, Thonk, William. What the fuck?
Nobody picked it up, and I kind of thought it was cute, and I tried to resurrect it, and then I dropped it.
Amon!
As soon as I see the intellect devourer, does my passive perception of 26 see the 3 bites taken out of it?
I said I dropped it.
Okay, dropping and bite marks with chunks missing are different.
Did you drop it into your mouth?
I dropped it head first on the floor. It's dented.
Yeah, but you can see a difference between like a bite mark and then like a gouge coming out of it. Like there is definitely a clear difference.
Like there's definitely teeth marks.
Just a little bit. You see what could possibly be splinters in it. You also see what could definitely possibly maybe be teeth marks in it.
Hey yo.
You know, there's a weird bit of like.
I look down at it and I look back at you, Amon, and back down at it one more time. Back at you. Did you try eating it?
No, I dropped it.
I hold my hand out.
Arcane does not believe you, but I can't insight check you.
It's very slippery.
Give it here.
No, it's
Is
cute.
that-
Can
You're
I?
not keeping
My
it.
doctorate in
It's
medical
cute.
studies
Come on, that thing
Yeah.
tells me the difference
yeah,
between bite marks and being
This thing
dropped.
almost killed Thonk.
But it's kind of cute in like
I don't
a little
care.
fucked up way.
No, it's not. No, it's
Give it-
not.
You're not allowed to keep a corpse in my inn.
Is it really a corpse or is it more?
Yes,
of
it
a...
is.
Yes.
It's a corpse. It's
Yes.
dead.
It's
But
dead.
by the way,
Yeah.
William, do we have another work staying at the inn?
You know, I was wondering that also. I
I
heard
don't
something
think
this
so.
morning.
Not. Besides, Fel.
I could have
Other than
sworn
Fel,
I
no.
heard like. Were you Fel? Were you upstairs at all?
No.
And then wait, Thonk, that wasn't you talking a few moments ago?
Huh? I was.
You were.
I was out like. I was out like.
I didn't know because I heard a burp, and then I heard some orcish. So I thought like you.
I
were...
haven't eaten anything since. By the way.
Amon has the most shit-eating grin on her face.
You see Finn at this point just like slowly turn to Amon.
Is it a shitting
Wait,
grin?
I'm
or
not even
intellect
holding my
devourer
hand out
grin?
anymore. I'm just grabbing
Shadow.
the corpse of the thing.
Speaking of eating, by the way, whatever Dagon's having, can I have like 5 of that, please?
Yeah, Sir William, these omelets are amazing.
It's good.
As I eat the last bite, I'm still staring at him. I was like, these mushrooms are quite delicious when fresh.
I know, right?
And then she grows some and just.
Can we
As
stop?
I take the intellect devourer away from Amon as she bites her own arm.
Oh God! Why?
Phil, I need a bucket.
I'm not quite sure what to do here.
We need an incinerator.
Yes.
So we're
but
to
I need
ask for a
bucket as well.
furnace.
Yeah. Let's set that shit on fire, please.
I don't want to hold it. That's why I'm asking for a bucket.
Oh yeah, yeah. You see as he just grabs it by the leg and he just
No.
tosses it in the bucket.
Perfect.
So,
I stand up and I go in the back and I kind of like wash my hands off, and I come back out. Is there? It's paused for me and I can't see anything.
Yeah,
in the
same
room
here.
now.
Pause for all of us.
There we go.
Hey, I can move.
I also can't see anything.
Thonk, come over
Oh,
here
your
at the
token's
table.
not on
Let
the
us
map.
arm wrestle again. Now
I
that
gotta
you will.
put your token back on here.
What did you do to William?
William's there.
Wait, the table. Wait. The table's not here.
Yeah, that table's
the
busted.
table's not there. That table's broken.
Shit.
We're
Let's-
over. We're...
Yes, let's go arm wrestle over here.
Guys, do you remember
No,
what happened
I'm-
last time?
I'm not. I don't have the fortitude for that. I need food. I didn't.
Dagon says let's arm wrestle, and William is sitting down and he stands up immediately and stares at Dagon.
I'm just concerned in my friend's ability to perform physically, and I think training is a good idea.
Yeah, you never
Not
know when
when
your
you
girlfriend
have-
might be back.
I William, I have other questions for later, but first, can I please get some food?
Yes.
Fel, I'm assuming you would have told Fel.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, I need 5 of those.
Fel's like, I've got something better than that. And he comes out with a fucking leg from this pig that's just back there that's been roasting. Since like even earlier because Cookstaff knows what's up.
Barbecue.
Prep.
As Fel said, sit down. I'm just gonna give him a big hug. Just.
All right,
thank
on.
you.
There you go. Eat it. Go.
I know. No. Yeah. No. Just It's.
Before frenzy happens. Come on.
Oh shit.
Wait, before what happens?
I kind of walk up beside Fel and I just, are you trying to scare him?
I'm trying to scare the rest of them.
Just full on like Monster Hunter style. Just.
Wait. What about a frenzy? What? Do we have to?
Not anymore. Now that he's eating it.
Just
okay.
Just be careful, you might be next.
What?
Now, what were you trying to say, Amon, earlier?
I gotta pee real bad.
Oh, you guys want to take a quick, quick 10 minutes?
Sure.
Yeah, take a 10 minute.
Take a quick 10-minute. Get your drinks. You guys have survived long enough for me to be able to refill this. That means your timer for death has been extended.
Woo!
I'll be right back.
Fuck. Headphones.
It's an hour
We'll
class,
be right
but
back.
it's all tea.
Well, I'm not going anywhere.
Back in 2 minutes. Let me go pee pee.
I see a kitty cat on Chris's stream. And no one's here to hear me. Hello.
Hi, I'm sorry, I was just doing a shitty voice.
No one bothering me. So real quick before anyone gets back.
What's up?
Real quick before anyone gets back, I'm gonna give you a spoiler.
Huh.
If I work out the science long enough and I feel safe enough, I'm infecting myself with the vampiric eating spores.
Oh God.
What's up, bitches?
I don't know how. Okay, that's one hell of a thing to throw in.
I got
What are we throwing?
Don't worry about it.
Nothing.
Buttercup.
No
Buttercup.
worries at all.
I'm kidding.
Don't worry about it, Buttercup. Nookie bookie.
Also, whenever Chris gets back, he asked Thongs to arm wrestle. I'm in a rare mood where I want to arm wrestle my brother again, even though I know he's stronger than me, but I want to try to play a trick on him. There's a trick in arm wrestling you can do. If you know the guy likes you and doesn't want to hurt you, and you know he's way stronger than you, when you start, you go limp. They freak out and pause for a second, and then you just throw your full weight while they're unaware.
Wait.
I don't see if I can throw it. So can I use my intelligence versus a string?
Yes.
Awesome.
This is a trick, so
I'm still gonna lose. Might still lose, but it'll be funny if I don't.
yeah, well. Alrighty. Alrighty.
I love the fucking skeleton.
Oh yeah, fucking the Skelly boy.
When I saw him sitting in Chris's seat earlier, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Chris died. Turned into a skeleton immediately, didn't you know? Sheesh.
It's like in RuneScape.
Yeah. That's how it be sometimes. Don't you know? God damn. Don't channel. Alright, I really want y'all to like get out of this tavern today.
In due time.
Even
I do have to make some actual
What is
roads.
that noise?
That's my dice tower lid.
Oh.
I need a larger patch wall.
Oh my god.
Amen, brother.
Is this stream active right now?
Yeah.
Fuck. Never mind.
What were you gonna do?
Just talk about my living situation.
Do you want me to pause your guys' audio?
No, it's totally fine.
I've paused your audio. I'm curious. You don't understand, man. I'm doing a back and forth right now between two things, and it is bothering the fuck out of me. Because every time one of them gets 2 ahead, it's a best out of 5, there's a nat 1. So then it gets set back to 0. been refilled. Your timer's been extended.
I have chips and salsa.
You have kidneys?
I would hope
No.
so.
I mean, technically.
Chips and salsa.
Oh.
You still have not denied the existence of your kidneys.
Why the fuck would I have a kid's knees?
Why don't you?
All right.
Because I'm an adult.
What the fuck?
Oogly boogly,
doing,
bitch.
This Ducky Dice hates making decisions as much as I do.
Because I bought them because they spoke to me and they were speaking your language.
Can we change our deep speech from like the garbled up nonsense to the SpongeBob Advanced Darkness
No.
speech?
You know
How
what?
are you?
I want to succumb to the darkness.
Please don't do that, brother.
Get down with the sickness.
I killed Chris.
Disrespect your surroundings.
That
The
was
mushrooms
a good one, Max.
must feed.
All right. Is everyone back? Is everyone home?
I'm there.
I'm physically here, if that's what you mean.
Bailey.
Nah.
Right then, it's time to get back into the show. Everyone, welcome back. It was a nice little break. And this is where we will continue. Everyone is downstairs. Intellect Devourer in the bucket.
Also in my belly.
You know what,
Yeah, I
David?
need you to give me a wisdom save at disadvantage.
What
Oh,
is the music stream still up? Is that good?
Yeah, it's still up.
God damn it, Max.
As my
Damn.
brother and I finished our
Sidebar.
omelets.
Mm.
You jokingly asked Thonk if you wanted to arm wrestle.
Oh.
Brother, you know what? I'm in a sporting mood this morning. It's been a while since we've arm wrestled. I'll take you.
So
Knock on the fucking tables.
Oh,
Oh,
it shouldn't be an issue, William, I promise.
no.
I don't know, brother, if my extension for an arm wrestling match was any more than a jest towards William. I'm sure you've noticed the absence of his favored table. It might have been, my fault.
As William is just death glaring you.
Should we come upon the chance to test our strength in any other venue, I should take you up on that, but I feel right now...
You would know this. Marcane is not physically strong.
It is not
So you
the
wouldn't-
thought of losing the match that fear makes him scared.
Well, no, what I'm saying is you would know that you wouldn't have to exert much physical force, and you don't have to worry about breaking a table.
Oh. But it's not up to me, it's up to the dice.
Yeah, the dice don't indicate you using table-breaking force, though. That's not to win. You're good.
If we can have Sir William's blessing, I'm more than happy to oblige.
Well, if you break the table, you're going to pay for a second table.
Wouldn't that just be a death sentence at this point? I mean, he's already broken one table.
I have 5 gold.
I don't think that's gonna.
I will take
Fix
care
the
of your table, William, I promise.
Say that now.
My favorite one is all I need is someone that knows mending.
Magic is one of the few gifts I have not been given.
But this table isn't one of my favorite tables, so if you break it, it's no skin off my back. It's either pay for it or work it off. So, or fix it. If you can fix it, then you fix it. That's fine. So go for it.
Are we doing this? Are we?
You guys are going to be sending me private roles. Okay,
Oh,
send
how I
private to
know
GM.
Private
no.
GM roll. One.
Oh god.
And just a strength.
You will be doing athletics. Marcane knows which one he will be doing.
This seems odd. Has this been updated? Has this been changed?
What?
Am I doing this right?
So
oh, there we go. No, I was just clicking the wrong thing.
Gotcha.
Oh my gosh. Oh fuck. What is that?
Dagon, as you start this, as you guys start this, you feel as Marcane goes limp for a second. You kind of like hesitate, and Marcane just bam straight to the fucking table.
Yeah.
Oh.
Aiden kind of like brushes his hand off against his chest and tries to hide the smirk.
I think you just got the jump on me. I'm not quite sure what happened. I have bad luck with these things. Clearly flustered.
It's
Tell me
okay,
how
brother.
again.
I mean,
Very much
think-
trying to best his older brother in a
I
rare
think-
competitive spirit.
that's enough entertainment for now.
All right.
And he's gonna get up and go get himself a drink because he just finished his.
Alrighty.
Drinking already.
How else am I supposed to deal with you idiots?
Yeah, let me buy the drink. I guess loser should buy, shouldn't he?
Sets down my bag of 300 gold on the fucking table.
It's not about money, it's about propriety.
I would rather you save your spending money, brother.
Oh, yeah. Dagon's totally wearing, speaking of spending, Dagon's wearing the new threads.
Oh yeah. Dagon picked up his outfit and whatnot. He is wearing his new fancy shit.
Oh, cool, awesome.
I talked to Hunter separately about what it looked like, so he knows what it looks like with the deep blue and all that.
And so, you guys are here. It's morning. You guys want to head on out on the town, try to find where your little goblin friend went to?
Let's cause some trouble, friends.
I would prefer not to cause any trouble, but I must admit I am tired of being in this building. No offense, William. I'm spending a minute.
Oh no, none at all. But let's not cause trouble.
I also motion for that. Glares
gonna
at
feed
Dagon
you.
and Amon.
I'm gonna feed Muley 3 sugar cubes.
Muley's happy? The best way Muley can be, which is...
Wait, did I have to ask, did I succeed on my wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna burp a little
think?
bit. She burps a little bit.
Apologies. Something was caught in my throat.
Probably bits of the intellect devourer
I dropped it.
down your throat.
No.
No.
Alrighty. Okie dokies. Alright, so you guys head out on town.
What would be a good place for us to start looking for Gobtrissimo?
I still think
Well,
Did we examine the cellar that was in the bakery?
I wonder. Go on, Sir William.
No, you first.
I'm just surmising. Are the things that tried to take me into that weird portal anywhere related to these things that tried to take our friend Thonk?
Both are. What do you call them? Aberration? No. Abominate? No.
Aberrations?
Those things, yes. I believe.
Applesauce.
Yeah. Ba.
I have that jar that was filled with the other intellect devourer, by the way.
Awesome. I do need to place some things down. So before you guys start moving around, let me do that.
Sir William, might I ask you a question in private?
Yes.
Were you perchance last night in my dreams?
No, I was not.
That's quite curious.
I need to put Marcane on the table now.
I just had quite a strange dream is all. I don't mean to.
Would you like to have a session tonight, then?
Perhaps, maybe, if it's something you can glean information from.
I can do my best.
At least someone to get a second opinion.
Of course.
Alrighty. And I'm assuming you guys are making your way back to the bakery, right?
Yeah, I was about to say, when you said a question in private, were we in the process of walking, or was this before we left?
That's just me role-playing in the empty bits of the session, but I pictured it as when we were walking.
Yeah, it would have been quietly off to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm asking is if I heard it.
You and your 27 perception.
Yeah.
Yeah. You hear a
I
lot.
don't say anything. I'm very aware.
Some might
Not
say
saying I'm very aware to you, I'm just saying my character's very aware.
hyper aware. It's
I'm
almost...
also not really trying to hide it from you anymore. Now that you know everything.
Also fair.
Dagon might try to hide it in a sense of...
My brother wouldn't want to
like
worry
it's
me.
Not, yeah, it's... Well, that and it's like... Sir William's business is his business. He's not really used to it. He was told to keep it secret, so he's still kind of like...
You also would have been in the room when he told everybody about himself.
Just dipping his toe
Order.
into the whole it being out there pool.
Yeah.
Alright. So you guys, you're walking along your path you do to get towards that bakery where Savara was. I think was her name. Maybe it was...
Correct.
Yeah. And yeah.
Are we good to move now?
Yeah, you guys are good to move. Congrats.
I'm gonna walk over to these guys. I'm assuming they're like guarding the place.
Yeah, you see these people, and they, as you kind of walk up, they're just like, pardon us, no one's allowed to come in here. There was a weird bit of events that have happened.
Yes, I can explain what happened to Savara for you.
Oh? Captain! Captain! Get over here! You see this,
Let me stand.
see this guard come up in very earthy looking stone armor. Pops off his helmet, and he's a Earth Genasi.
Would I recognize him?
Give me a D20. Just give me a flat roll.
Flat D20. A 12.
You see him around, you don't know his name.
Got it. Hello, sir. I'm William from the Waiting Owl.
Yes. I do believe I've seen you. About town.
Probably here and there. We came here yesterday to talk to Savara about a missing person, and in turn, she was acting weird. I've had a lot of dealings with her. She was acting odd, and suddenly attacked us. We ended up fighting, and there were these other creatures in there, known as... We figured out their name, right?
Yeah.
Known as Intellect Devourers.
Oh, well, guess it explains the weird brain messes around.
Yeah. By the time we had gotten there, Savara had been taken over by one of the Intellect Devourers, so she was no longer herself.
Give me persuasion. Telling the truth, so just flat persuasion probably work.
19?
We'll see how he feels. Yeah, no, he's like, well, the rest of the town speaks highly of you whenever they go into your establishment, so I guess, this makes sense to me. Is there anybody else here with them?
There was no... Oh, there was... I haven't seen this guy before, right? Because it was this guy that was there.
Which guy?
Up to the right. I know he's not actually there.
Oh, the owl dude?
Yeah.
Eddie? No?
This way. This way.
Guy over here?
This guy.
Oh, Craig?
Yeah.
Yeah, Craig.
I don't know him, right? Because he's newer to town?
He's not newer. He is just a reclusive, like, a rich guy, though.
Oh. Do I know his name?
Yeah, he came in. He's like, "Hi, I'm Craig. I needed help with stuff." So yeah, he gave you guys a quest before.
The only other person that I saw around was leaving as we showed up. It was Craig. But
Craig.
Yeah, but I don't believe he would have anything to do with it.
All right. Well,
if you open up the basement door, there's tunnels in the wall as well. So.
Well then, I guess all right. Well, listen, I've got a lot of things on my plate today. Some disappearing people and other things. Would I be able to leave this in y'all's hands?
You would like us to go talk to Craig?
Talk to Craig. Check out the basement if you would.
Of course.
And then you see as he kind of pulls out like this scroll, and he's just like, Savara. Crosses out that thing, and it like unfurls. It's a pretty long like piece of paper, and he's just like, all right, next thing. All right, yep, okay. Kyle, Phil, no, Jerry. You stick with the sergeant over there. And just make sure nobody goes in there and contaminates any of the evidence for these people. And, Jerry, when they go to question Craig, go with them. Alright. And they all kind of, they nod and say, alright, yeah, alright. He's like, alright. And he kind of puts his helmet back on, and he's like, swear this town's going to shit.
And sir, before you leave, if there's ever anything else you need help with, I know how severely understaffed guardsmen can be. Feel free to let us know.
Ever since that new lady came in, she's really been working us too hard. Yep. All right. Don't let people know.
Of course.
And he just fucking walks away, very exhausted, looking like hunched slightly, and he's just walking. All right. What would you guys like to do?
Marcane.
Yes.
I know you're good with all of these things. If you would go in there and have a look into the bakery and have a look and check around in there. I will be in there shortly. Everyone else can go with you.
Looking for.
In the basement there were tunnels. Check out the basement to see if there's anything else down there. And see if there's any hints as to why the intellect devourers were there. I will be over in just a moment. And I'm gonna go into the owl shop.
Gotcha. Eddie's seems to be just messing around with some of his new displays he's got set up.
Good morning, Eddie.
I don't remember how Eddie sounds.
Owl.
Oh no. How's it going?
We had to do a bit of work on the thing's corpse, but I brought you its remains.
Oh.
And I hand him the jar.
Thank you. And he just kind of takes it and he's like, alright, I guess I'll have to close before I even got my first customer this morning.
They're known as intellect devourers, by the way.
Oh. Oh.
Yes.
Sure it's dead?
That one is definitely dead. It was dissected.
Alright. He just kind of like puts it on the shelf next to him. He's like, I'm going to stay open for half day today and then I'll take a gander at this for you.
Of course. Have a good one. And I close
you.
the door. And then I'm gonna go meet Marcane over here.
Alright, before we catch up with what y'all are doing, what the fuck are the Four Stooges doing over there?
Fucking around, finding out.
I'm
great.
I was
During
talking...
that entire exchange, yeah. Falk is just standing by the fountain, and he's like he's just kind of staring off, watching William talk to the guards. But if you guys look closely enough, his hand, like his left hand, on just like he is like knuckle white, just on his hilt right now.
Easy talk. Easy talk.
After seeing that Sir William was alright inside the Owlin shop, Dagon kind of peered out the window and saw Thong looking into the fountain, kind of
Gotcha.
all wide-eyed and distant, you know, and came over just to ask him, you know, friend, how are you doing? You holding up all right?
What? Yeah. No.
I'm no stranger to weird, completely unnerving things. I can tell you that this will all pan out, and it will be fine.
Dagon, look, weird is one thing. I've done weird before. I've had my brush-ins, but I died in there, man.
Yes, it's unnerving to lose yourself in something that you don't understand, or something other than what is normal.
I mean, I know I'm here. I'm here with you guys. But I don't know. If you guys want to go inside and look, you guys can go inside and look, but I don't know if I can go in there.
That's fine.
My friend, I look at you as you hang your head here and think, the heaviest heads wear the biggest crowns. It will be quite alright, I promise. And I would pat you on the shoulder and maybe just walk off and let you sit with your own contemplations.
Dagon, are you heading over to where William and Marcane are at?
Yes, I think we should not leave those two just by themselves.
I'll stay with Thonk. Amon, whether you decide to stay or leave, completely up to you, but the man has been through a lot and he deserves at least a little bit of company. So, call if you need, and we'll come running. Or at least I will.
Is it alright if I pass, God?
Dang it.
They look at you and then they Jeremy was his name. Jeremy is like, William,
Yes.
is he one of yours?
Yes, so are the three by the fountain.
Alright, well then yes,
Hi.
by all means.
Thank you, sir.
Before they enter, during that time, to explain the checks, the perception skills, when I first walked in, just seeing what I saw immediately. The investigation check is what I did after that, actually like looking underneath the tables and shit.
So you see a fucking brutal fight scene that has happened here. There's fucking dried blood all over the place. Smashed brain bits of intellect devourer. You can see what seems to be claw marks coming from underneath, like where a hand could possibly reach out from the trap door towards the window. You see
Severed
Savara's
arm.
body, which wouldn't actually be right there, would be right here. With the head fucking exploded.
Sorry.
Yeah, severed arm, like everything is just, it is fucked up. This place looks very messed up. You do see one very impeccable sweet roll that has not been touched.
When they walk in, I am munching on the sweet roll, looking at the trapdoor.
Alrighty. Do you wish to go and open it?
Yes.
Alright. You unlock it just by simply popping off the one thing, opening it up. You look down, it's dark under there.
Can I fill my brother in on what I saw?
By all means.
So, brother, I fought these things that came out of this cellar. Down there, there's a tunnel that looked like it was not big enough for any man to fit through. Whatever these things are, they must be able to burrow and come through on their own. I'm concerned that there's some sort of hive or more of them.
Arcane looks over at you and goes, "One way to find out."
Let's do it.
So you guys go down into this cellar. It's got
Pull out my
lots
handy
of
dandy ever burning torch.
It's got lots of cellars, stuff in there like some bottles of wine, a lot of flour, salt, sugar, a whole bunch of things that are just, it's storage. Congratulations. But you do see what seems to be a hole the size that an intellect devourer would be able to squeeze through, and whatnot. And it's there. That's what you see so far. I am gonna hop over to Finn, Amon, in Thonk, to see what they are doing currently. Finn, what are you doing?
Honestly, we're just sitting with Thonk, listening to like anything that he may want to talk about. Obviously, he's been through a lot, and just trying to keep him company.
Amon would be sitting in the grass with Thonk. Like, he pulled him down into the grass with her. And,
Finn's
she's just
sitting,
like druid crafting a bunch of flowers around him, explaining them. And you're like, this one's pink and this one's blue. This one's purple, but it can sometimes be yellow. And it's just
Where's
trying to
the
be like
mean shit?
distraction. Explaining, do you guys know about a flower language?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where you give somebody a bouquet of flowers and the different things mean different things, so you can do like covert messages through bouquets. She's teaching him flower
Bouquet of
messaging.
spite.
Yeah, she's teaching
I
him
got
like
one.
subliminal flower messaging and being like, "Oh, you could give this to Thyra when she
Thyra.
comes back."
How do you say "fuck you" in flower?
Good question. I can figure that out though.
There's a Tumblr post out there somewhere. I remember reading about
Somewhere.
it. It's very funny.
Alright.
But like,
How do you feel about that?
You give somebody a bouquet of geraniums, foxglove, meadowsweet, yellow carnation, and orange lilies.
Wow. Okay.
It basically means you're stupid, I hate you, you're useless, you disappointed me, and I hate you.
I hate you twice.
Yeah,
there you go.
because foxglove means insincerity, and then orange lilies is hatred.
Insincerity, I hate you.
You're insincere, and I hate you.
Does anybody else want some cheddar jalapeno popcorn? This shit slaps.
Fuck.
Yeah. Anyway. Fuck.
Thunk is having a good time with it, but he's still very much like. At this point, I think aside from Finn, I think we're all aware that Amon like resurrected, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't remember anything from before, do you?
I do.
You do.
It's less of a matter of when I didn't particularly lose my memories when I woke up, but it was more so that they faded to the background because they are not important. When I woke up, I remembered how I died. I don't remember dying because it's kind of a gray area. But, you know, things change. You're changed whether you like it or not. I mean, the other alternative was you could become like me. So I feel like, you know, you had two options.
I don't know. Having mushrooms on Thunk's arm all of a sudden actually would be very entertaining, just for the short time I've met him.
But then you'd have to deal with more voices in your head.
You have more than one voice in your head?
I have multiple. I think at this point we're at 3.
We're at 3.
4 if you include your sword.
Oh! Wait! No.
I did talk to Uncle.
Have you two met?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
She's weird. I don't.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite make sense.
What the fuck? Thunk, wait, Johan, you talk. You know what?
Look. Long story short. My uncle's in here.
Come again?
He got zapped into this sword.
Uh-huh.
And I'm trying to find a way to get him out.
I see.
I think those orbs can do it. Which you should really be getting on that.
I know. Well, we're getting there. You've heard the same that I've heard.
If it makes you feel any better about the death thing, you are welcome to come to my room in the morning and we can meditate. That's what I do to see if the fuzz has any words for me.
The fuzz?
Well, they've come to call the little
Voice in the back of your head?
Have you ever been near a lightning strike? That faint buzzing in the air?
I can't say I have, no.
I've been hit by a few lightning spells in my time, yes.
It's that familiar feeling of just a haze. It's always there. I've learned to tune it out unless it has something to say or if it's warning me of something, but it is a constant reminder in my brain. It is like a. I won't say it's a fog because it does not incapacitate my ability to think. But there are times where it's clearer than it is normally. Does that make any sense?
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if you would like to meditate with me, it might help ease the transition a little bit.
That would probably help. I mean,
Also, if you ever want to feast on my dreams, I can say I don't really have unpleasant ones.
I've already said that you can feast on mine, so.
I mean, I don't know how that works yet. I've got to talk to Willoughby about that. Like, do I just salt and pepper the space above your head when you sleep? I'm not.
Are you still hungry?
Yes.
Yeah. No. I mean that leg was good, but it's not like
it didn't do the job.
It was tasty. It just wasn't filling in the way that food should be anymore. You know.
Yeah,
I can still taste food, right? It's not like
Not
like I have
still
damn
fucking
near
taste
COVID
everything.
and just.
It just doesn't have the same effect when you eat it.
Yeah.
You need to eat like all 4 of the legs from the boar, essentially, and then you'll be like, "Oh, that was good food. That shit filling."
That's a meal. That's a meal.
That right there, that's a meal.
My cat is asleep on my legs.
COVID-19, but it's just 19, not 2019.
Well, if you ever have a hankering for blood, there's already multiple people in possession of it.
Hold on a second here.
I'm not. I don't want to go that route. It's just.
Ever thought
From
going
the
vegan?
sounds of it, it doesn't sound like you're locked into one path.
You can explore other options, see what's right for you.
Yeah, I mean, like pinch maybe, but right now I'm trying to. Like I said, I'll have whatever William's having. I just got to hash it out with him, and there's I don't know. Maybe this is new. I don't know if there's gonna be some because you've got your fuzz. I don't.
You don't have fuzz.
I
was certainly.
do I have a fuzz? Is there
No. No.
Yeah.
No fuzz.
Yeah, there's no fuzz. It's just this is new.
Well, change is always difficult, whether it's physical, emotional, something along those lines. It just takes some time. But when you think about it also, and the way that I look at it, even though I'm fairly new to this wildcard group, looks like you have a good support staff, people that can help you out, and willing to take time to make sure that everyone is okay, not necessarily just one person. So long as everyone's okay within the group, that's all that matters.
Yeah, they're all right.
I mean, from what I've seen, at least.
With that, we will scoot on back over to the other people.
Imagine if Marcane had heard him call him staff.
Staff.
As you guys are currently downstairs, are all 3 of you guys downstairs?
Yes.
Is it big enough for all 3 of us to be downstairs?
It's big enough. It's big enough.
Then yes.
It's like half of the entire store length under the cellar, like underneath as well in the cellar. So you're down there and you see what seems to be this spot, this little hole bit there that seems to be wide enough for an intellect devourer to go through. Do you guys have any idea on how to possibly take a farther look?
I could reach a tentacle in there.
How far does it go?
Oh, you're talking about...
I actually don't know. I don't know the limitations of my tentacles. Out of context.
On it.
He says he's
Called it for himself.
But yeah, okay. I mean, what you get reach, so it's 10 foot. So I would only say it's about 10 foot away. That so you'd stick your
Yeah.
hand in there, and it's just like
I don't feel anything. Can I grow a tentacle that encompasses my eye? Can I put my eye in there? On the end of a tentacle?
Fucking tentacle from
Yeah,
My
for
Hero
my head.
Academia.
I never watched it.
Your eye socket?
It does. So I
Why
would.
don't-
It does say Eldritch limbs, so I would think no.
I'm gonna say no because it's limbs.
Can I just shine my little lantern?
This little light of mine.
Yeah, I linked it in chat. 120 foot range.
So yeah, it goes. You put it up there, you look in there, and it goes, and it seems to be going like in a downward arc. You see for about 60 feet as it's a slow, gradual downward arc, and then you see as it gets steeper, and then you can't see any farther. It seems to be going.
For us to go in, or is it small?
It's small. Maybe if somebody had any way of changing their size or what creature they were or something like that.
God forbid you're in there longer than an hour.
It's really the only way that anybody would be able to get in there like that.
What are we looking for? I'm saying this to the other two.
Specifics, I'm not certain, but
it does seem to be going in a like west northwest, so like more west north bearing. So you know.
I'm not quite sure.
We don't know if these things go in a straight line.
Could. So you know how Dagon can, because of his racial traits, communicate telepathically? Is there any way I could, because I was psychically attacked, is that a word, psychically?
Yes.
Attacked by one of these things. Would I have any sort of trace to any, like, hive mind, or is this a metagame question?
I don't think that. No, I don't. It's because you were attacked. You didn't kind of lash back. You were just like.
I did ask it. I remember asking it a question, but if your answer is no, then that's a no.
You asked it a question. You did not ask if it was more.
Okay.
You don't know if it was more, to be more precise with this statement.
Even trying to reach beyond what our eyes can see, I cannot sense anything. Really, I'm just more concerned, like, do these things lay eggs? What are they? As I kind of might peer around into the cellar.
Marcane, you know that electivires do not lay eggs. You know that it's a special tadpole that gets shoved into a brain to transform it into an.
Have the tadpole?
You have a different tadpole. But you still have a tadpole.
I'm gonna reach into my. That'd be one of the things I keep in like one of my breast pockets inside my
Yeah.
robe.
We said it was dead, correct?
Huh? No, it was alive.
Oh, okay. How many days has it been?
5, 4. I mean, it's dead. It's dead, but I don't know.
It's still alive. It looks haggard. Looks hungry.
So, yeah.
But still alive.
Brother, they do not lay eggs, and this is their offspring.
Do you think I could? Can I try to talk to it?
No.
Yes.
I stick it back in my robe. He looks at you for a solid second before saying it, and then with a twitch of the eyebrow, he says no and sticks it back into his pocket.
I mean, I saw it, so I can still ask it a question telepathically, because it's within sight, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and try, brother. I'm gonna smack the shit out of you right here in front of William.
This is a telepathic thing. I don't think you'd be able to tell if he's doing that.
I know he can do this, and I'm smart.
Hello, little one. Can you hear me?
Save me.
You can understand me.
Physically react to being talked to.
You feel a little wiggle.
I'm gonna smack the shit out of him.
I can.
I said no.
Unless you have a way to discern where these things are coming from or if there's more, I suggest you let this be. And I'll say to it again, you can understand me.
Yes.
You said you want me to save you. Why do you want me to save you?
Break me free.
So you're scared of being trapped.
Give me 1 second. I gotta pull up a sheet real quick.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
What is telling you to go forth? What is telling you to do these things?
Is there not just a tadpole?
No, because the tadpoles have like 1 HP.
Yeah, but they should have a little. Huh. Nope, that is Okay. Oh, yeah, it is. What was your question again? Sorry.
Is this something telling you? Something greater that I might commune with to really truly set you free?
I cannot say.
Why not?
For I am told not to.
Do you understand? Me and my companions could crush you in an instant.
You get this feeling that it knows.
I'll ask you again. Who's telling you to do these things? What is telling you to do these things?
It asks, release me.
I will not.
I could show you.
How?
Release me.
I will not release you. You have one option, and one option alone. Tell me, who tells you to do these things?
We. Release me.
I think this thing is a part of some sort of hive mind, brother.
I'd have told you that, brother. That was in the books.
Please?
It really wants to get out.
I'm aware.
Feed me.
Brother, perhaps we might find some vagrant, some sort of person that is of no consequence and
Every person is of consequence,
Every person.
whether they be good, bad, chaotic. Every life is of consequence.
Even the doctor.
We
Say
both know the
find-
consequence.
Say we find the doctor and then we feed him to this thing. We can go further down this.
You want to give this thing his knowledge and power?
We could give it to his mind, but we do not need to give it to his body. With your medical aptitude, I'm sure we could disable him. Take his limbs apart. Make him less than a man. We need to find out where these things are coming from. And I don't know of any other sort of science other than to experiment how you do.
Sometimes, brother, part of the process is simply waiting until you find out something new. This is not the option we're taking. This little guy in the vial is either going to expire in the vial or is going to be killed and dissected by me if I feel like actually looking into it.
So then we're still left with nothing.
Please.
We're left with the direction of these tunnels.
No.
I project that that's probably a 90-degree search area from this point forward. We cover that ground as quickly as we can. Find out where these tunnels are coming up at. We're not left with nothing. But interacting with these things any more than necessary is folly.
Please.
Young one, I will give
If
you
it
one
is ins-
more chance.
If it is still inside your head, I will end this right now. I'm going to take out the vial.
Don't.
Uh,
Please, no.
Let me converse with it once more.
I don't want to die.
You wriggling thing, you pathetic thing.
I don't want to die.
You have this one chance to spare yourself. Tell me. How many of you are there? How great of a threat do you pose to this city?
How many of us here? We're there.
Where does this tunnel lead?
Away. Towards. I will not die.
I cannot promise that, but I can vie for you. I can try to convince my brother to spare his hand, but I cannot promise anything. The only thing I can give you is perhaps a helping hand.
Give a persuasion.
Oh,
I would say an advantage, because whether or not your brother realizes or not, the about to crush hand around it is very convincing.
I do have what's that? Proficiency in intimidation, which is kind of what I feel, but it's up to you.
This time you seem a little bit like softer versus the intimidate, you know?
Yeah.
Over here we are few. Over there we are many.
Where is there?
Through the portal.
What do you mean by portal?
The orb. It opens.
So while we telepathically communicate, is it showing me pictures or is it a voice inside my head?
It's a voice.
Okay.
You do see a very intense picture of a big wibbly thing through, could honestly be through the eyes of something that doesn't really have them. More of like a sensation.
So is this like the same orb that we've been talking about with the underbelly of the city the whole time?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
But you see that, and then you see a small moment of just, please. I do not wish to die.
Marcane.
What?
This thing has told me that it is connected to or comes from a portal related to these orbs.
And where is this portal?
Young one, where is this portal?
I won't die.
As I said before, the only thing I can promise you is my personal voucher.
Get him to set me down.
It wants you to set it down. Can it understand us if we're talking out loud?
Yes, but it does not have the proper appendage to be able to speak.
Oh, duh. I'll say to him telepathically. This is such a cheesy fucking thing. It wants you to set it down. I don't know what it has planned. It wants me to spare its life in exchange for this information. Between you and me, I have no plans to spare this thing.
Brother, I want you to repeat these words exactly. Where this thing can hear me. If you tell me exactly where the portal is, I promise I'll put you down.
Young one,
Yes?
if you tell me where the portal is exactly, I promise to have my brother put you down.
In the castle, underneath, there is a creature who feeds. Past the creature, there it lies. A domain for the orb to lay. It's not always there, though. The portal is not always open. Now, please, set me down. I do not wish to die.
Could I have, like, channeled that right to my brother?
Yeah.
So then I'll look at
I
Marcane.
appreciate the information, and as promised, I'm putting you down. As I slam the vial into the fucking floor and stomp on it.
I'm assuming we got the information we wanted.
William's just sitting there looking at these.
Like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Like a 10-minute long thing just happened, and William's just like, "Ah, yes, I understand exactly what's going on."
William, to be honest, I forgot you were there for a moment.
I tend to fade to the background when I want to. Me and my +8 to stealth.
I wipe my hands clean and as I'm still grinding this thing, making sure it's smushed and dead.
Then I think that's all we had to do in the basement, really.
So did we figure out where these things are coming from?
The castle. It told me there was a portal there that some beastie that it comes from lays beneath the castle.
I know exactly where that is.
Then
I will
come, my
motion
friends.
him out of the cellar and advise we head that way and collect our friends.
I climb up and out, and I talk to the guard here.
Dagon farts because he's been holding it in for like 10 minutes.
Gods, brother, and I hurry up the ladder.
Every time he uses psionic powers, he gets a grumbling stomach.
It's like the first date farts every time he fucking.
Oh God! All right, what were my lovely people doing up on the surface while that was going on? Did you guys decide that you wanted to walk around, do anything?
Up the thonk.
I have made a garden, like a full-on like wildflower garden, and this little like strip of like full-on like red, like there's like normal native wildflowers and like some random like rare flowers from different places from the other side of the continent that I grew up on.
Yeah. All right. So you've introduced an invasive species. Gotcha. Understood.
Yeah.
Damn.
But they're rare, so
He's a
I'm
walking
cultivating a new
invasive
But they're
biome.
pretty.
They're pretty.
Doesn't mean they're not invasive. Bloom is pretty, but it's invasive.
Kudzu is pretty, but holy shit.
Yeah.
Thonk is trying to make a
Let's
bouquet.
be honest, Amon is just kind of a walking invasive.
I couldn't hear that.
A walking invasive species.
She's not invasive.
She's
I think she
She's
does
certainly
things otherwise.
She's certainly a species though. If Thonk's gonna try to
intellect devour.
if Thonk's trying to make a bouquet, she's gonna be like, oh, you should grab those. It'll complement the purple and the bouquet a little bit. The orange ones.
Wait a minute, orange what now?
The orange.
I remember orange being a fuck you flower, and
No. These black-eyed lily. What are they? Black-eyed Susans.
I think those are called Justin Trudeau's butt plug.
Who?
The Prime Minister of Canada.
No, I know, but in character, who the fuck is that?
I broke the DM. The dragon manager.
Huh?
Yep, the black dragon comes and kills the entire party.
I always thought DM stood for dildo muncher.
Oh, sheesh. Listen, that's only on OnlyFans.
What would be another good one?
I still remember that fucking day, Freya, where your fan sent you something, you just stuck it to your wall and had your camera on.
Yeah. Just pop.
That was funny shit.
Let's see.
Oh, sheesh. Alright.
But yeah,
Anyway,
so
The flowers.
yes, the flowers. I don't know. Google.
I found one already.
hydrangeas. Yeah.
We got
Okay,
we got some daylilies and irises and sunflowers.
I assume we're getting a bouquet for Thyra for when she returns, correct?
What? No,
I'm
Thyra's
not-
not even gonna be here for like a month at minimum. Like,
You telling me you haven't taken care of flowers for a month?
Cut flowers do not last that long.
I don't know where you come from, but when you pick plants, they go quick. Even if you keep them in water, we just gotta. I mean, it's just.
Oh. I mean, fair. Normally I don't go with flowers, so it's just the way it is.
So
Anyway,
DM, okay.
As Thonk and Amon are like going through like the flowers and everything, does Finn see anything outside of like what was like outside of like the noise, like muffled noises and stuff inside? I would assume.
give me a perception.
Okay. There we go. 14.
Right, you're looking around. You're looking at the flowers. You look at Amon. You look at Thonk. Amon is talking about the different flower languages. And you see a little bit of a little like weird sort of like twitch with her finger, and that's really about it. It doesn't even look like she noticed the twitch.
Okay. So like, the two guards are still there, just like guarding the place. Fair enough.
All right.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just...
Around this time, you would see Marcane, William, and Dagon. Marcane kind of lightly coughing, just God, fucking stank ass. As he gets a breath of cleaner air. But yeah, you guys kind of regroup.
As he comes out coughing, I'm just
I
kind of
wanted
like,
to talk to the guard.
I
well,
shove
my
a couple
bad.
lilies in his face.
And you get yellow pollen all over his nose because that's what happens when you smell a daylily.
Just here, I think this will help. It just.
William, the captain of this little group, is going to be like, yes, or not captain, the sergeant. Yes. What is it?
Oh, my bad. So there's nothing left here. No creatures or anything left. The only thing is there are some tunnels down in the cellar that move on for quite a ways. So I believe it would be best to probably board up the cellar so that it cannot open and leave this place alone for the time being.
Condemn it for a little while. All right.
Exactly.
By all means, I'll do so. Thank you. After... Phil, Jerry, let's do this. Gotta condemn another one.
Another one?
Yeah, we've been having, disappearance of people that own businesses, unfortunately. Recently, because they're out late at night, mostly alone. We started putting up flyers, warning people to not walk alone anymore.
So, we ran into something as well. Some weird creature that tried to take one of us away.
Gotcha.
So, it's definitely more than happenstance. Something is doing it.
I heard some rumors recently.
Oh, please tell me. You know, an innkeep loves their rumors.
I know, and I also know that you're willing to pay for it.
Fuck, of course.
Listen, I'm trying to move my family out of this forsaken town.
I get that, I really do. My question for you is how much do you think these rumors are worth?
Say about a goal.
Oh, I can do that.
Alright then.
So I kind of pull a gold out of my pocket and I'm just holding it.
Alright. She, being much shorter than you, is just like hand open because she's a dwarf and just like, come on. Can't reach it.
I didn't mean to hold it out of your reach, my bad.
Thank you.
And I give it to her.
So, some of the other guards that do more of the castle duty, they've been instructed to stay out of the dungeon, even when delivering people. They have to ring a bell and this weird creature comes up. I think it's a Quaggoth or something. But one of them snuck down there to see what was going on because they didn't answer the bell ring as I normally would. You saw what seemed to be this weird creature with many weird appendages and legs, holding what seemed to be a goblin. I heard that your friends and you were looking for a goblin.
Do I hear this?
Are you telling us that our friend is in the dungeon?
Somewhere down there. There's
Which
that old part of the dungeon which is, you know, been closed for some reason.
You do know that the Lord would have your head for telling us this, right?
You do know I'm leaving tonight, right?
Good. So... Fuck. That means that he was kidnapped then, because he did not do anything to be worthy of being thrown in a dungeon.
Truth be told, I've always wanted to jailbreak someone.
Oh, this would have to be more than a jailbreak.
Friend's got good ears.
Mocking? Yes, he does. He's very good. Very glad he's on my side.
As I am you, friend.
That's all I've heard. And, yes.
Well, best of luck with the move. Stay safe on the roads, because things are dangerous recently.
Yeah, I know. And they kind of just, they take the gold and they shove it, like, underneath their armor in between some of their chains. And you see as she, she's like, all right, let's go, guys. Let's get this done. And then they kind of walk away after they lock up the door.
I walk back over here and I kind of put my hand on Thonk's shoulder.
Hey.
Have you ever stormed a castle?
In a past life, yes.
I know where Gobtrissimo is. Or at least a goblin, and I don't think there would be many around here.
When?
Not sure how long we can wait, but I'm not sure how quickly we can get in there. The easiest way to do it would be to start a revolution, overturn the castle, overturn the Lord. But, as they say, whispered words start revolutions, and whispers don't happen overnight.
No.
The problem is also the Lord has been apparently consolidating power, and if that's the case, there might be some people who may already be on his side.
I'm gonna nudge Amon over to the conversation.
Oh, she's here.
Okay. There you go.
We might not need to start a revolution. And I'm kind of eyeing Amon. We might just need a little giggle weed.
I could talk to my friend in the castle and see if the general state of the guards, see if they're willing to turn a blind eye.
I might also be of assistance in that regard, just given the fact that my father has a connection with this lord.
What is your relationship with your father?
Complete and total shit, but the lord doesn't know that.
He might.
This is true. But, worst case scenario, knock on the front door, you get killed. Best case scenario, I get let in. Get to talk to him for a little bit, and then get killed. So.
I don't want to resort to this, but we could potentially extort the Lord. I have some Blackmail?
Oh.
Well, as it stands, I'm in a pretty good relationship with his. I have a good friendship with his children. And
Have you been selling drugs to his children? Is that what you've been doing?
yes, and I'm sure that they'd be willing to play the role of blackmail, or, bartering tool in exchange for some stronger substances. And they do seem to be rather open to activities. They're currently locked in their room.
Huh?
Making sure that we don't have anyone near us that was potentially trying to eavesdrop on us.
You've passed an impossible check. You see a bird. The bird just shit itself.
Wait, for something to shit itself doesn't need to be wearing clothes. Or does it just shit?
It just
bird
shits.
have
I
little
have an
bird
answer for
pants
this
on?
this specific question. Can a bird shit itself? Yes.
Was it like
Chicken.
sitting down? And
No,
just shit its
so the
pants?
shit there's a thing specifically with chickens, they get dingleberries, right? Because they have very fluffy butts. That can cause a blockage in the butt hole and make it so the poop can't come out.
Vultures shit on themselves to keep themselves cool.
Me too.
So, but for the sake of this, no, it's a bird wearing a small suit.
Wait,
Is
what?
it a suspicious looking suit?
Yes, this bird is very fucking suspicious. Okay.
Is it just a tiny bird?
It's like a robin in like a suit. And just,
Actually,
Robins are suspicious.
there's a dagger flying at it now.
Oh shit!
make an attack.
Holy shit! We're attacking a bird.
Hannah!
Throwing
Flush
whatever
bird.
that. I don't know what it is, but you told me to mark it as needed to be looked at as magical. That's the only dagger I have. Never found out what it was.
I don't remember where it came from.
Ornate
Oh,
dagger.
it was wasn't it Chaz's house? Char's, whatever fucking Char, yeah.
The haunted house.
You throw it, this bird, after
Nope.
locking eyes, you know,
Intellect guy.
fucking shits itself. Try. See,
So it's a 15.
fucking throw this thing at the bird. Bird sees it coming, shits itself, and then just fucking dies before the dagger even gets to it. Dagger just right past it, but it itself is just, and then fucking dies.
Give it a fucking heart attack.
Well,
He's wearing an all black suit.
Do you have something against the local avian populace?
Are birds supposed to have suits?
Something was paying attention to us, and it's a bird in a suit.
Oh, I didn't even notice the suit. I'm gonna walk over and grab it.
I'm gonna go find my dagger.
I don't know where the bird was.
I don't either. I
give
mean,
me
I
a
do,
roll.
but I
You don't
don't.
know, but you throw a dagger at it.
Yeah, like where
Yeah,
did he
like
see
my
it?
character knows. I do not.
It's on the beach. Like, it's on the beach where Dagon was earlier. I don't know where Dagon went. Where is Dagon?
Dagon's farther up the beach.
Yeah, it's you
away
can't see
from
the
the river.
ping, but it's around where I'm like doing this. That's where the dagger. The bird is like 5 feet
Oh,
the
so
other way.
where's my dagger?
It's like over here.
Did the bird fall in the water?
No, the dagger did though. You heard a small sploosh.
That's gonna
The
cost
shit
you a
river.
bat.
Okay, well I'm gonna go grab the bird.
Shitter.
Marcane, what are you doing in the shit river?
Oh god.
You find it.
I'm gonna grab the bird.
You grab the bird. The bird is in a nice, very tiny suit. It looks like it's, it's an all black suit. It seems to have a fun colored tie.
Amon.
It's got a little
you
breast
notice
pocket.
Dagon has not gone in the poop river.
Is there anything in the bird's suit other than bird?
You open up the little bird vest inside their little breast pocket. Put a small piece of paper. It's a little like funeral obituary thing.
Amon has kind of placed, like, noticing that he hasn't gone in the river yet, Amon will kind of pinch the fabric and just kind of like hold them like that, just like, oh no.
Don't do that. No.
Just like, literally just like,
Temperance
and then
style.
we'll just stand next to him with like just holding the cloak.
Is there any like notifying signets or crests on the suit of the bird?
Yes. It looks it's very fine, detailed work. It is this what seems to be like a tiny sort of like griffin, but it's like a tiny like robin looking. Like that is what the griffin was mixed with. So it's
a
like
grobin?
Yeah, it's a grobin. But yeah. So
Do I know the symbol?
fucking give me a history.
Let's go. 12.
No.
Damn.
You don't know much about the local avianary history.
Damn.
But it's a bird, though, right?
It's a bird. I think. It's a bird,
What?
right? Feels like a bird.
Looks
like
like
a
a
bird.
bird.
Talks like
It
a
looks
bird.
like a bird. It might have talked like a bird. You don't know. It had a fucking heart attack. Looked like it had like one of the little like funeral like obituary things in the breast pocket. This poor
Oh
bird.
yeah, what's the obituary yeah, that
Obituary.
thing for?
It looks like it's just notes, as if it's supposed to be like a spoken language.
Amon,
Yes,
do you speak bird?
I could.
Come here. Bring Dagon.
Dagon, and she's still holding him by the cloak, and she just walks.
His eyes were like fully rolled back until she pulled him,
So
and then he kind
Marcane,
of snaps out of it.
you
We
went
can
into the poop
continue our
water.
conversation.
You went into the poop water.
Unfortunately.
All right, Marcane is a stinky boy.
She's
kinda-
gonna druidcraft some very fragrant flowers onto him because she can't stand anything smelling bad.
It runs in the family.
I'm gonna
What the
hand the
runs?
obituary to Amon. Can you read this?
Can I read it?
What do you got?
I'm checking my spell book.
Did
I
you turn
speak
into a
with
bird?
animals.
Speak allows you to speak, not allow you to understand their language, like
I also have
writtenly.
Beast wand.
If you turned into a robin, could you read it?
Would I know if I could do that?
Yes.
Can I?
Yeah.
She's gonna turn into a little robin.
You turn into a little robin.
And this is Amon's first time wild shaping.
I think you guys see
thought it was your
Finn
second.
like
Nope, she never wild shaped before. She uses wild shape for other abilities.
Oh right.
I think you see Finn to like hold up a finger for Amon in Robin form to like perch.
I'm gonna
So
Is it bad that I imagine Amon's Robin having a tiny little mushroom on top of his head?
I imagine a little
like,
mushroom
it's-
cap. Like it's a
She's
hat.
got a little like like she's got like a little crown, like you know how she has like the feathers in her hair,
Yeah.
that kind of appendage. Yeah, it kind of makes like a little mushroomy shape on top of. She's a very like weird looking
Bird.
halo. She's gonna like pop up on the flit up onto the like. It's a little weird at first. She's gonna like.
Okay.
Pop up onto who's got the obituary in their hands?
I have it.
She's gonna perch onto your wrist.
I'll just
And
hold
then-
it so that you can read it.
So this little piece of paper, it's written. Mind you, the bird suit looks like a 1920s style suit or like 1940s style suit.
It's a suit.
This bird sees what seems to be a very you read this and it seems to be describing how this leader of a country for the birds was assassinated by the squirrels.
Not this shit again.
Oh!
And how their bird country is gonna go to war with the squirrels. And yeah.
World War. It's time for World War One. Assassination of Archduke.
Franz Ferdinand.
Ferdinand.
Bird a nut.
God. Franz Ferdinand. But yeah, and yeah, so that's what it just says. It's just like, and it's got a picture of the bird, and whatnot there.
I'm gonna peck the obituary and like bite a piece of it out.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
I think the real question is can we have sex with these birds?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Oh my god!
Roll
In
to keep that wild shape.
Oh shit!
Was that in character?
It sounded in character.
It sounded in character.
What's the concentration?
It's a con save. Just do a con save. It's
Okay, hold on, wait, hold on. Just because
What happens if I
Oh,
choose
she's
to
on.
fail
She's
this?
on my wrist.
Oh,
not
she's on your
Finn's.
wrist? Okay.
Yeah.
What happens if I choose to fail this?
you stop being a bird and you just like land on your ass. Just like the fuck.
She's
Do
perched
I
on my wrist, so she's
I'm-
taking me down with her.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
19.
All right, you're fine.
She's gonna like angry bird noises.
Angry bird noises.
And I'm going to go land.
Disconnected.
Me or her?
You. Not this person.
I am choosing to fall on you.
27.
Yeah, you fucking.
20.
You feel the peck and you're like, I've got this weird feeling, and you kind of just like turn really quickly as she's transforming out of it, arms out, and you just fucking catch her.
Princess style.
Can I please toss her into the shit river?
Athletics.
As I
Versus
see you
athletics.
walking towards the river, I'm going to I'm gonna hold on. Can I? Hold on. Can I use Thorn Whip to like bind myself?
I'm gonna expend my inspiration die to throw her into the river.
Can I
Okay,
use
well,
Thorn
let's-
Whip to like make a rope just tying me and we're both going down in your new clothes too.
I have no problem going into this shit.
You're in your nice clothes. That you're
Okay,
wearing.
I'll give
Hold
you
on.
advantage on your athletics to keep yourself there and not get thrown in. Now,
Another nat 20.
now you're gonna have to get a nat
Oh
20 to
my
make sure you don't
God.
get yeeted into the river.
Okay, hold
What-
on. When I get if he can I choose to fail this? And when he throws me, can I wild shape back into a bird?
I mean, if
Because
you
I
want
have
to.
I have 2 wild shape points. I think. Actually, no, I have 3. I think.
If you want to.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh God.
All right, let's see if you transform before you get through, like before you hit the water.
What do I have to roll for that?
We're just gonna see a flat D20.
Oh god.
No.
Because you're not a moon druid, so it takes a full action.
Yeah. So you go splash and then bird, and now you're just like on like water fucking like dunks you over, and you're in this bird form, just like now on top of the water, like
I'm a duck.
wings out, just quack.
Water off a duck's back, bitch.
Poop water.
I'm gonna waddle back on like. I'm gonna just sit in the river. I'm staying here now. You don't get to know. You guys don't get to know what's on the obituary.
Why?
And
What is it-
for some
I just dig a little hole for the dead bird and I bury it.
This is why
You're,
you can't have
not
nice
gonna eat
things.
that.
Thonk, we're
Thonk?
not eating the dead bird.
Look.
I know you're hungry. We'll get you some more food soon, and then we'll talk. But
It's a valid question. Okay.
raw food can still make you sick, Thonk.
Okay. Yeah. No, we don't. We don't want that.
Craig is just seeing this, and he's just like, I just wanted to.
Oh shit, he's still there.
He's actually there.
Yeah. Like he's walked up now, and he's just like, what did I just watch?
I have no clue what you watched. I am very sorry.
I am wondering the same thing, my friend.
My name is William.
Yeah, I went to your I went to the Waiting Owl to get those, and he points to the group. Those people over there to help out with taking care of a pesky noise at night.
I don't believe we officially met last time you were there, though. Might have been quickly in passing.
I think it was in passing.
Yes, I'm William. I have a couple questions to ask you about Savara.
Where did Marcane go?
Marcane's gone. He's down at the fountain.
I walked over to the fountain to clean off my dagger, hands, and shoes.
Gotcha.
He got blipped.
Gotcha.
I do have a few questions for you about Savara, though.
Yes.
When we were there the first time, you were just leaving. You purchased, I'm assuming, some pastries. Did she seem off to you at all?
No,
Okay.
not to my knowledge.
So, unfortunately, Savara ended up.
Is dead? Yeah.
Yes.
I went there this morning to get my morning jelly-filled donut.
She was attacked by intellect devourers. I
Those are
don't
words.
know. I figured you wouldn't know what they are. Jesus Christ. Essentially, what an intellect devourer is it's just a creature that is a brain, and it saps away your mental strength until you essentially die, and then it takes over your body.
All right. Well, you know what? These are all horrifying things. Is there more pressing of a point? I came over here because I wanted to.
I had a couple questions about that. You obviously, I'm guessing you don't know anything about that then.
Not to my knowledge, I don't think so.
All right, then we're good.
Just don't go in the water again.
I think it's a little late for a couple of them.
Yeah.
As much as I try to make them not.
As you look over, you see, and Craig started walking away halfway through your sentence. You have been asked a question, William. By Thunk. Do Dampiers piss?
I should have let you die.
Look, I know it's a stupid question, but
If you are eating and drinking normal food, then yes, you will still have to use the bathroom. If you
Okay.
subside purely on the normal feasts that we have, yes, you still need to use the washroom because your body still produces waste.
okay. Thank you. Look, it's a valid question. I'm gonna turn to the rest of
You
it.
used
It's
the
a
washroom
valid,
this morning when you woke up.
it's a valid question, right? I don't know. Maybe there were residuals from when I wasn't,
All right, you know, we're gonna speed this along.
Yeah. But we
It's okay. So what would you guys like to do?
Did the bird have
Gilbert.
any bearing on?
No.
I say we sell giggleweed to the daughters and
Yes, you do that.
try and find our way in from there.
If
People
you
need to
have
some
to
bats now.
sell some giggleweed to the daughters, my time is running short.
Yeah, it's 7:30.
Oh shit.
It's
We're-
10:30, my man. What are you talking about?
I'm West Coast.
I know.
my dear friends, let's get you situated on the last bit here, all right?
Holy fuck.
So you guys have a couple different options in front of you. We're just gonna say that you guys are all back at the Waiting Owl at this point.
We showered up.
Showered up, everything like that. It's like
What's this wee shit?
late afternoon. And yeah, so what's your guys' plan? You guys have a couple different options from what I understand what you were saying, which was kidnap kids,
Who said anything about kidnapping?
Bribing them.
bribing slash kidnapping children, breaking in, whisper start revolutions, and being sneaky, because that's always an option.
4K Nolo's Trace.
If our obvious best bet, if we can, would be if we can get all of us access to invisibility and sneaking through.
Or we could just have our most stealth-like individuals go invisible, and then the rest of us can pose as distraction.
That would work too, but there are creatures down there.
Who said anything about killing the creatures?
I'm more so saying, you know what, fair enough. I have ways of getting out of that.
I think, honestly, our best bet would be cause a distraction, have a few of you guys sneak in under guise of stealth. Then the rest of us fend for ourselves up topside while you guys gather the information, find Gobtrissimo, get him out, and anybody else that might be down there. Then we can start a coup.
We may have to also take into the fact that we don't know if there's any more of these intellect devourers involved anywhere.
Oh, there's definitely going to be more.
And if that's the case, if there's going to be some in the castle, I see that look, Freya. If there are more in the castle, we need to keep our heads on a swivel and potentially treat anyone that we see as hostile until we know that they haven't been affected. We don't want to, as much as it's a horrible situation, you know,
The only two people I can guarantee that are not infected are going to be the Lord and his right-hand
Friend.
woman.
Whoever this
Mm.
person is.
I
She's
can
part of
somewhat
the-
confidently say that the children are also not infected, as they've been essentially quarantined on their floor.
Well, so that's 5. But after that, we don't know what goes on in the dungeons. We don't know what happened. We don't know anything about this aberration that you brought up, William. So it might be best not to necessarily attack on sight, but defend yourselves if necessary. If that's the case. For those that defend for themselves up top.
So, you guys are having this conversation in the private room. Fel would have brought like food and whatnot, and halfway through this, Fel would be like, "Well, sorry, Dagon, to say this about you, but you can look rather rather like a monster, right?
Yes.
Then why don't they just, why don't you play dead? They bring you in, be like, oh look, we slayed one of the monsters."
I have a spell that could help with that.
I mean,
Possibly,
if it would help, us route whatever burrowing itself under this castle, I'm not opposed to a bit of deceptive infiltration.
But the only other issue would be with that is we don't know what they would do with Dagon once
Yes,
they
and
have their quote-unquote corpse.
And the final
is true.
issue with that is Dagon is one of the people that they are looking for.
true, or you all get arrested. And then have somebody that you trust bring your weapons down to you. Right?
I am quite adept at fighting without weapons, if that's the course we want to take.
I can sling a few
Mine
spells
also
here and
comes
there.
from another dimension, so I don't necessarily.
I could
I
have.
quite literally chained for that.
Fair.
Yeah.
Do we know anyone in the castle that has the ability to do that?
Of course we do. A couple of the people from the castle were, a couple of the people that work in the castle are actually, normal customers and patrons of ours.
But have they been affected by potential intellect of ours?
I mean, at this point, anyone in the city could be possibly infected. I think the only reason why we're safe is because we have a river between us and the major part of the city.
This is true.
So anyone on this side of the river, we can trust.
Can I throw a possible option out there?
Try it.
What if I like the idea that Amon threw out there of slaying, having Dagon play dead. But what if we have it where we have the Lord come to us, send him a message, let him know that hey, we have killed the one that you were looking for. We just want to confirm that this is that this is the right person. Come down to the Waiting Owl, and then we go from there.
You won't come alone.
He'll bring his right hand.
That woman will be here with him at the very least, if not many guards.
It's worth a shot, though, isn't it? Get him out of his comfort zone. Get the right-hand woman out of her comfort zone.
If he comes with guards, that means that one of us can probably go in and infiltrate while they're
Exactly.
distracted, while they're across
Exactly.
the river.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But then it couldn't be me.
That'd be me then.
There might not be any need for us to have any sort of quarrel here As long as they take me back to the castle, and having there been a distraction, essentially we will be reunited in the castle with me in the depths.
This is true.
My
The
telepathic...
The issue lies with you being alone in the depths.
They're looking for Dagon and Marcane, aren't they?
It's true.
They just
Well,
don't
what
know
if-
it yet.
What if I wasn't alone? Amon, I'm assuming since you've turned into that bird, you could turn into something like a mouse and be in my pocket.
I don't know how much I want to be in your pocket, but I'll play along. Continue.
They take us
He
into
has
the
different
depths.
claims, apparently.
I can communicate with my brother telepathically, or whoever. It doesn't last forever, but it lasts for a time. We would be separated, yes, but the castle would be infiltrated. Just an idea.
A big part of it is I know where I need to go down there to find the orb. I know where the prisons are. Because if the orb is down there, I could take it and just take it out from under their nose.
So what's our plan then? What's our objective? Get this orb and then leave the castle?
I need some kind of invisibility.
We're not leaving with just the
and we
orb.
need to find Gobtrissimo.
Thank you.
Yes. Gobtrissimo, no doubt, probably in the dungeons.
Gobtrissimo is our main goal.
The orb is
Get him out of there.
The orb is secondary.
We'll get the orb one way or another, but
This is true. Yes.
Then-
But the main objective should be getting Gobtrissimo. Yes.
Maybe we use our secondary goal of getting the orb as a distraction. We focus the castle's forces on me and Amon, and perhaps my brother, of us trying to retrieve the orb, while you covertly
If that's the
go for...
case, if that is the case, and we are going to use you as a distraction, I want as many people with you as possible.
I have no issue helping you out in that regard.
Then I guess beyond our plan of, or the idea of having Amon sneak in with me, we would need another plan of getting everybody else in there with me.
I think Fell's idea of getting arrested is a good idea. And then
I can go with Amon and Dagon.
Amon, does your backpack transform with you when you wild shape?
Seems that my other clothes and things do as well. I don't
You
see
could
why it
potentially
wouldn't.
hold everybody's weapons and wild shape.
Potentially.
What do we have to lose?
And then, if you do that and wild shape with them, they go into jail with no weapons, but then they would have them on the inside.
And
And
I
then
could-
I could sneak in and make my way through.
Would it be against our favor to warn the children of this?
Definitely.
Yes.
Yes, I think so.
I just don't want to put them in unnecessary danger should a fight
Well, you
break
said they're
out.
quarantined, right?
Yes,
they're
but
not
that-
going to
Where are
be
they?
in the dungeons.
Where are they
And-
quarantined?
We
on
are
the
the
second
danger.
floor.
We'll be in the
Okay.
dungeons and first floor. We'll be nowhere near the children.
If you want to go check on the children and everything, you have the access to do so. You're more than welcome to do so. But
Just do
like
not
William
tell
said,
them what we're
yes.
planning, because they could warn everyone.
And so long as they stay on the second floor, no harm's gonna come to them.
So, With each detachment, we have William searching. Are you searching for the orb and we're searching for Gobtrissimo? Or the other way around?
The orb and Gobtrissimo are on the same floor.
Gobtrissimo top priority. If William can get the orb, then he
you
gets
think-
it. If not,
They could be on the same floor, they could not be, right? The orb isn't chained to one spot.
Yes, if the orb is where the portal is, then the orb is on the same floor as Gobtrissimo, more than likely. If it's not there, it's probably with the Lord.
and no doubt that would be it. It would have to be with the Lord. There be no other explanation for it.
Unless it's behind that cabinet.
I fear what's behind the cabinet.
That's incorrect.
Well, we can at least plan for it.
We'll get you all arrested. Everyone will take your weapons and wild shape
Gimme.
with you. I need to find some kind of invisibility so that I can then sneak in.
A potion or a scroll.
Didn't that dwarf man, the one I bought my annoying axe from, have
Hey!
a potion of it?
I do.
I
bought
am
one
sorry.
from him.
It's fine, I know it.
I bought one from him. He might have another.
I do fear that this might have to wait for tomorrow, as I
Oh,
cannot
definitely.
wild shape.
Yes.
It's
It's
late
probably-
anyways.
Totes.
William,
Yes?
I did tell you to wear gloves when you're touching the orb, correct?
I know that.
Good. And that goes for all of us. If at any point in time any one of us wants to touch the orb or need to touch the orb, we have to wear gloves. That was the only thing I saw when my father, the king, and this lord had the orbs. They were holding it with a glove.
So you remember the lady was the one that was there.
The lady that was the one that was there.
Yeah, for this
Okay.
area. Like the person that originally had the orb was the lady.
Okay. So you just have to have gloves. It's that simple. Otherwise, I don't know what the hell is going to happen if you don't have gloves, and I really would rather not find out.
Well, everybody,
Hold out a pair of gloves.
it is gonna be safe for next time. But I do believe next time someone's gonna be dying.
Well,
Stop it.
Oh,
I
really?
call dibs.
Thank you all for joining
Good
me
to
in
be
this
here.
lovely session. I appreciate each one of you. And just to do one last time, hey, don't rough and tumble your way off of a cliff. Alright, please go down, click on the link, find the phone number you need to call, and talk to somebody. Though it may not feel as if talking to a random stranger could help, sometimes the only thing and the best thing that you need just to get you through the next day is to just fucking dump that shit on some random person whose job it is to deal with that. And help you get to where you need to go. Any other final words?
Just a reminder also to also help donate to the charity event I'm working with next week or throughout this whole week. Link is also in the description below in case you guys are watching the VOD and everything. Any kind of money helps out. We are once again raising money for Gamers Outreach as part of the Streamer Showdown Fight for Good event from today to the 30th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So, guys, donate as much as you can, as much as possible. Any little bit helps. And ahead of time, I want to, well, first of all, thank Freya for giving me the opportunity to do this, as well as in advance, thank you so much for your donations, should you donate. So that's all I got.
Alrighty. Well, everybody, see you next week, and I'll keep rolling I'll figure out something to say at the end.
Rolling.
Bye.